the Super Bowl mix happen with our very eyes, and then you'll understand.
Yes, you know, she's a scientist. She demands the knowledge from you, and some of that knowledge has to be how to punish this very specific reversal super that she breaks out.
It's impossible.
You know, it's not impossible. It's just specific.
Okay, man.
You need a knoll of knowledge. You got to expand your brain.
Sure.
You got to watch the 2-hour video until you get to your
Super Bowl?
I not with Relius anymore, but I could do it on Hibiki still.
Okay. But here we go, getting a nice fatal counter to start things off. Hungry Hipster taking that burst early from jkae and sending out one of our regular orbs, but no Graviton to pull it down.
And starting the snake pressure in the corner. A lot of H buttons being pressed here by Hungry Hipster. Perhaps hungry for a fatal counter like they got at the start of this round.
Hungry Hipster maybe a little hungry for a hungry clicker art, you could say as well. But here we go, jkae starting to do a decent amount of damage to Hungry Hipster. And while Hazama is scary from far away, he's also very scary up close as well when it comes to that stance pressure and getting a lot of damage from each of these confirms.
Spending the 50 to increase the pressure, and now Hungry Hipster finding the hit, securing the corner pressure, and flying in with that rocket hammer.
There's is sending out the orb once again, but this time with the Graviton will bring it back down on jkae, trying to respect it, but doesn't block that overhead, and Hungry Hipster are going to be getting a really nice confirm off of this. Not going to be getting a metered ender because we didn't have 50, but with one more confirm with that overhead, Hungry Hipster will be able to take it.
Yeah, when she's breaking out the wrench, you're getting fixed because that's an overhead. Taking a big grip of damage if you're blocking low and feeling the hurt.
Yeah, just like jkae is really close here to Hungry Hipster, putting quite the grip when it comes to this pressure on Hungry Hipster, but still finding a way out. jkae trying to reclaim that position and to decent effect, but unfortunately for jkae, we're just not able to really find much in the way of confirms and combos.
No, unfortunate for jkae until that command grab came out. Such good corner positioning and pressure right now for jkae.
Is orb coming down, going to be using that counter assault, one of the few defensive mechanics Hazama has available to him. And then, yeah, great air throw I didn't mention before, but you saw it all.
Oh, we were paying attention, Salte. Very clean, but going for the overdrive after that whiff, just trying to stay safe with the invincibility. But a very bold mash there by Hungry Hipster, going to put this in a diabolical situation. What's the experiment?
I love that. Already willing to mash there on the orb Oki. Hungry Hipster getting so much value out of these overheads on jkae that jkae is starting to realize how Hungry Hipster likes to structure his pressure and responding in kind.
Man, jkae really all in on a pair of twos there. That was a bold call mashing on the fire Oki, but gets the burst out of Hungry Hipster early, going to lock out that active flow for the rest of the round, but all the momentum is going to our Science Cat here right now.
Unfortunately, doesn't finish the combo. Lots of dropped combos here, but looks like Hungry Hipster is going to be getting a full confirm, bringing jkae to the corner, and we're probably going to be seeing the reestablishment of that orb pressure very soon if we can get a knockdown.
So far, luckily, you know, jkae keeping up the trend of escaping the corner pretty easily with the chains. We really haven't seen Hungry Hipster be able to really put on the pressure with jkae's back to the corner, spending the burst to reduce the damage there, but that air throw, jkae just keeping it going.
Yeah, we're back here, back to neutral. Hungry Hipster trying to toss out some of these preemptive air normals, these anti-airs to hopefully try and catch jkae if we choose to pop out one of these chains. And Hungry Hipster will be finding the hit here. We also have Astro for feeling a little cheeky, but jkae going to be using that counter assault and poking probably for full screen. What's it going to be? Backing up, there's the orb. One more hit.
Trying to do it all with the pressure. You had spent the 50 to try and keep it going, but it wasn't enough. And finding the 2C again?
Yeah.
jkae's been mashing on that just too much, Salte.
But yeah, right there in that final interaction, you kind of touched on it before when it comes to Hungry Hipster struggling to try and keep jkae under pressure for a long period of time. I think it really just comes down to Hungry Hipster just not sure how to reset pressure when barrier is being used. And once we start to try and work around barrier, then I think we're going to be able to keep pressure a lot longer on jkae to prevent jkae from creating that space in order to chain out.
Yeah, you're seeing it. Hazama just pushing you away. Needs to start bringing in some stagger pressure. Stop Gatling canceling so much, but Hungry Hipster trying to stay in the air to deal with some of the less scary chain follow-ups. So just getting air thrown after air thrown after air thrown.
Yeah, and just tossing out these raw overheads as well. Great OT there from jkae. Going to be doing so much damage with this combo. If we can finish it, probably going to be EA Ender. Yep, EA Ender guaranteeing that active flow for jkae as well. An easy 4,300 damage.
Okay, good preemptive mash there from Hungry Hipster, denying the air throw, and yeah, you see jkae just grabbing the air over and over again.
You also see jkae is maybe being a little too frantic here in this position, just pressing so many buttons, hoping some hit, and lucky for jkae, we were able to find those hits with a 2A yet again.
That was some good intuition from jkae. Kind of felt that Hungry Hipster was going to start getting greedy after the rapid cancels, so showing mash there was a really good expected value and really worked out for jkae.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Hazama is one of the best to do it when it comes to mashing out with 2A.
But jkae, a little gambling instincts there, showing the hungry coils on the run-up from Hungry Hipster. Really hard reading an air dash there, which was not given by Hungry Hipster. A nice punish for our Kokonoe.
Also notably, getting a lot of these air confirms on jkae as well, which is surprising because of how jkae was able to get so much damage off of these air throws every single time. So Hungry Hipster finally getting that timing down.
Hungry Hipster just whiffing a million moves while jkae's back was to the corner, but it's fine. Winning neutral.
All right, getting counter hit by the 5C. That's going to let jkae
Here
move
it
in.
is.
Their Super Ball coming out.
knowledge!
We do not respect it.
jkae unfortunately going to get an F on that test. Not only was unable to punish the Super Ball, but also got hit by it.
All right, back to the corner once again. Oh, but we put our own back in the corner instead, and Hungry Hipster getting pushed out by the barrier. I think jkae tried to jump out with chain again, but didn't realize that Hungry Hipster still had that 2C in it.
Hungry Hipster put their whole back into that mash there, and a insane trade there to finish it off. Now set point for Hungry Hipster.
Yeah, jkae might be getting a little too impatient there at the very end of that round with his back up against the wall, but looking like we're still even. I mean, jkae has taken 2 rounds so far in this set and could potentially take a game if we get a good start, but right now Hungry Hipster is the one to get that good start instead.
Put in the dome, you got a bomb on you, Hazama! Luckily was able to block it out, getting to the ground fast enough.
Anti-air doesn't get the confirm. That's going to be a trade, another trade coming in. Very scrambly right now. Trying to remove their end screen. There's the first Graviton. Tries to set out the orb as well. Going to launch him into the orb to get a little bit of extra damage. Once again, it's just a lot of small pack of damage that's adding up, but not really giving either player a big enough lead.
Excellent 6A, the anti-air there for Hungry Hipster. Going to be draining all of this remaining overdrive time, setting up the lightning.
Is this the first time we use the lightning trap?
I believe there was one time before it. That was maybe the most effective that it was used, though. That was holding space really well.
I feel like it's generally pretty good into Hazama. But right now, I mean, Hungry Hipster is showing that you don't actually need to use it, and instead, good old-fashioned stagger pressure is enough.
Man, you can always tell when your opponent is feeling the fear on that last hit situation.
I'm going to be lazy. I just want to do my simple button check. So I didn't trust the Ragnar, but I trusted the Jubei because we intentionally went for the cat.
Yeah, so we're seeing Hazama coming back up. Folks, there's so many snakes. There's so many snakes that perhaps we need a bounty to catch the snakes that will hopefully not lead to people breeding more snakes in captivity. And of course, going up against Sompursone. A little pun there with the character pick as we got Jubei the cat, fights with 2 samurai swords.
I mean, let me tell you, cats are a predator of snakes.
Ooh, there we go.
So you know what? Maybe the Jubei got it in him and will deny another Hazama, but what are we seeing already? EA in response to that OD activation from Overlord. Overlord not going to be getting that much damage off of that OD, but some person starting to get a pretty nice combo there, looking to get that 50 meter so we can get that install.
Yeah, Jubei always wants to cash out on that early, gives him plus frames, better conversions, and with exception of some matchups, you almost always want the install drive instead of the normal drive. Meanwhile, OverlordM is like, be quiet about that Jubei mechanics. I'm whooping his butt right now.
Okay, going to be seeing a small trade. Some person finding another hit here on Overlord, but that burst is coming back pretty soon here, and that's something we have to be a little bit scared about, and we also have to be scared about Hazama once he's up close to you as well.
Very well played there by Overlord. Really, and a huge read there at the start, putting the fear of God in some person right now.
One of the few times I think I've seen Hazama actually go for that round start. It's not very often you see that because usually you see that canned jump back chain. But OverlordM going on the aggressive, and it looks like it's going to be really paying off here against some person.
Watch out. Overlord's been doing the overhead a lot more so far. Oh, and now going for the command grab. Some person has to find some way to stop this train because Overlord just looks too confident on the offense right now.
Now the question is, what else does OverlordM have in his bag of tricks if we're willing to represent these rather unconventional round starts and moves so early?
Yeah, and keeps going for the swagger walk into throw. It looks like the players were chatting a little bit. I wonder what Overlord was saying there.
What do you think he was saying?
Saying, stop trying to throw me there. I tech it every time. Just leave me alone.
Leave me alone, but some person did not get the memo as we pop that OD, trying to get super aggressive very early, but unfortunately not able to get a whole lot. So going to go back to being rather patient, setting up the hairball from full screen and trying to, stuff that approach from OverlordM, but OverlordM keeping those foot on the ground, getting the anti-air against some person and starting that offense finally.
Oh yeah, mixing in the low now. Used a lot of overhead in the first game.
All right, there's the barrier. Thinks he's far enough away, but still gets flipped there by that low from some person.
Oh, counter hit. Instant overhead, going to put the pressure on. Not quite instant, but it is fast. It's instant in my heart. Oh, big starter. Overlord's got to take this to the bank. Cash the check, but not quite.
All right. Okay, nice block, but unfortunately doesn't get the punish off of that. Probably could have gotten it if we spent that RC, but just wasn't aware at the time. EA attempt, but OverlordM stalling in the air, and there's the command grab coming through one more time. Some person dying with 100-meter on the table and unused. OverlordM off to a great start with 3 rounds in a row.
Some person just cannot crack the stance right now. OverlordM, yeah, that anti-air artillery that is the stuff follow-up.
Yeah, this is so weird because normally Hazama wants to be playing super aerial, and some person also playing super aerial, so OverlordM's like, you know what? Instead of playing my regular Hazama game plan, I'm just going to keep my feet planted on the ground.
Yeah, keep your ideas grounded here. No lofty ideals. We're looking for honest, grounded-based, another command grab super, and that will not be enough. Some person, you got one chance. Do not let it go.
And we also got to be holding barrier on our life if we get put on the defensive. We don't have OD, and there it is, the anti-air coming out yet again off of that stance. Such a good move from Hazama. Can you do math?
No. Well, the only math you need to know in fighting games is that plus is bad if your opponent has it, and minus is good for you if your opponent has it.
True. Or you can mash when you're minus.
Yeah, when you're -2, that just means you can DP better.
There we go, right? And speaking of DPs, we got Mr. Flash Kick onto the stage with a character with one of the best flash kicks, one of the best mirrorless reversals in this game, Kagura.
Yeah, I imagine that Mr. Flash Kick is actually playing Kagura just based on the tag there. If you have a calling card like that, it'd be weird for you to be anything different.
On the other hand, we have a 9, which is historically not a great matchup for Kagura. I mean, Kagura actually has multiple bad matchups, but 9 is one of the worst ones because of how 9 has all these big disjoints to pressure Mr. Flash Kick from full screen. And really outspace our biggest buttons like 2C. But we also have access to Rock, which is going to force Mr. Flash Kick to lose his charge on a lot of 9's pressure sequences.
Man, she can just finesse his iconic Flash Kick at any moment.
Oh yeah, and speaking of the Florida scene, RR there from KapralWojtek, I think that's how you pronounce the name, is actually a Florida-based scene here.
Oh,
so I think we might have like a few of those Retro Revival players. I think Makai is another one. I don't know if Makai is playing today, but Makai actually rocks Jubei.
Makaya is, again, another really, really good Jubei. And a little bit of a misinput there from Mr. Flash Kick, not hoping to get the projectile.
Okay, actually able to get out of the rain, which is quite good. But that's going to be a burst from Kapral. I'm not going to try to pronounce that full name anymore. We're going to go with Kapral.
We got you, Kapral. Please don't hit us up on Twitter like that. These commentators didn't even want to say my name. And, oh, big cross-up starter there, missing the C-flat and missing the punish on the DP. She did that right in your face, Mr. Flash Kick.
No, I'm going to say this right here, Deadward.
Yeah.
If even a top player saw that happen in front of them, they still wouldn't have punished it. Let's be honest here.
Look, you got to teach her a lesson, Mr. Flash Kick. That was too many DPs in the corner.
But hey, we were able to take that around, and that's the thing about Kagura, right? While we lose neutral a lot against 9, the thing is like, once you get your own pressure starter, not only is our mix great, but we have some of the highest damage potential in the game, and also highest damage floor as well. I think that's kind of undisputed.
No, absolutely, Salte. Kagura can really put the numbers on the screen when he needs to.
Yeah, especially in a corner position like that. And you see Mr. Flashkick trying to go for that with the anti-air, but unfortunately just a little too far to be able to anti-air Kapral successfully, and Kapral going to be taking that corner instead, guaranteeing it with some Navy pressure and some barriers as well.
Anti-air is going to be the name of the game. 9 makes it so difficult with her invincible, but a huge counter hit starter here for Mr. Flashkick. You got to take this to the bank. Cash the check, sir. You got 100 to spend and doesn't need it.
That spacing was insane. Like, I thought, like, if you were to tell me, like, without any of the characters pressing a button, and you just tell me, okay, 9 press this, Kagura place this, which one wins? I'll be like, oh, 9 wins. But no, Mr. Flashkick's button was just a little bit bigger, where we avoided Kapral's and got that whiff punish in the process. Early burst coming out from Kapral. 9's OD isn't really the best, but we are going to be popping it on that burst to try and negate some of that early damage and early corner control from Mr. Flashkick early, starting off this round.
Kapral just getting hit by these huge Kagura starters. Has to play a little bit closer to the chest, I feel like. Don't want to overextend into these big party starter buttons. And the other thing, if I'm Kapral, I'm thinking I just need to stay alive because Mr. Flashkick keeps getting hit by rock.
Right.
And if you're a 9 player, that's like, you know, that's blood in the water. You're like a shark. You should be sniffing that and swimming there immediately because that is free wins.
Yeah, not only rock, but God Hand as well. That Navy pressure being able to reach from so far away, and Mr. Flashkick trying to get that down back to charge with Fireball makes it so that we're very successful to that God Hand.
Okay, and Kapral putting it together here.
Yeah, Kapral taking the first round, I believe. First round of the set so far. Maybe here's to more. We'll see. Mr. Flashkick, once again, kind of starting a bit on the back foot at first, but Kapral, let's see, backing up.
Watch it. I mean, it's been the same thing where both players kind of keep getting hit by the same knowledge check.
Yeah.
Kapral with the cross-up stance, and then Mr. Flashkick with the rock. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely, both of these players are just trying to hit each other the most.
Oh yeah, we're just waiting for a really sneaky flash kick here against Kapral. I mean, it is the name of the game. Burst comes out from Kapral very late, in fact. So we gotta hope that this ends up paying off here for Kapral. We can snowball against Mr. Flashkick. Both players 100 meter, and Flashkick doesn't have to spend any of it with that jump forward into the JC. Such a big button, sweeping so much of the screen.
Both of these players, I think both rounds have ended with both players at 100 meter.
They don't spend meter.
They're too good to need it. Okay, opened up low.
The only resource that matters is burst.
Oh, nice.
And hey, you know what? Mr. Flashkick got out of that early damage. Trying to get back in. Unfortunately, misses that Wyvern. Not just best.
Just press another button to get rocked. Mr. Flashkick, he hasn't blocked it yet. Kapral!
Yeah, so one thing I like about Kapral is that we're building up these windstocks so that we can just press 5D to push Mr. Flashkick away if we try to approach with something like our Wyvern with our Fireball, right? We can use that to push Kagura back to full screen, reset the position, and then once again kind of put you in that mind game of if you hold down back, you're going to get hit by Navy pressure, but if you don't hold down back, then you might not even get that charge that you want.
Yeah, we're coming at this with two alternate win consulte, boy. I'm saying go rock. You're saying wind for the space and then farm with the God Hand. There's just different ways to exploit Mr. Flashkick not being able to block overhead very well. All right, this mix-up looking fairly odd. We got Cosmo and Wanda helping out, putting the pressure on Kapral. Take this to the bank. See the mix-up again.
Yep, JC's going to do the job, and we're in the corner. Look at this damage. Peep the damage. 3,600.
Oh, I'm peeping it, Salty. I'm peeping it. Oh, low. Tried to go low overhead.
Okay, that's going to be a counter assault coming out from Kapral, spending that 50 meter, but getting hit by that 5C from Mr. Flashkick. Tries to go in with the JC. Not going to work that time. Kapral just a little too far out. Now Kapral's going to be in that corner control here. Should be able to set up Fairy. There's the Fairy coming out. Flashkick comes out, but we're in the middle of our teleport, so we avoided it entirely.
Yeah, so many different fairies. We got Cosmo and Wanda, Oberon and Tatiana. This is incredible. the degree that Kapral just, hits that sequence every single time, gets the fairy summoned, and now is on set point after coming back, going down game 1 to Mr. Flash Kick.
Right. Ooh. Okay. If we got that full combo, that would have hurt so bad.
The blue beat burst. Bursted on a trade hit. Oh my gosh.
Yo, Deadward, I think we might be going to the next round here. I got a slight hunch. Burst comes out from Kapral, though, very late. Let's see if we're a hero.
No, Kapral's saying it ends here. Mr. Flash Kick is not getting a final round here. Spend the laser beam.
Okay.
And now we're one hit. Oh my gosh.
God hand. What did I tell you? This is the win gun. This is the win gun. God hand right now. Right now.
One more time.
Holy moly. Going. Oh! We see both of it.
Perfect together, the overheads. Kapral finding the line there to eventually take down Mr. Flash. It's a stereotype, folks. It's a stereotype. Excellent 9 art there. Kapral underrepresented, and for good reason. It's just challenge me in green mode. She does her projectile. She does her teleport. Very, very problematic character to deal with. And we'll see what Smyles is bringing to the table here, looking for the bullet lock-in. And currently we're not getting an indication of a button check, so we may just be going right into it between these two.
Yeah, I want to tell you a funny...
Yeah, we got the fist bump.
I want to tell you a funny thing I heard from Zen today. Zen was talking about Izayoi, and like someone clipped Izayoi doing like DP whiff cancel. And people were like, is this a bug? It's like, no, that's just the character.
She could do that.
That's just the character. But here we go. He's always one of those characters where we start off a little slow, right? In our base form, we're not going to be the strongest. We don't do a lot of damage. Our mix isn't the best either, even with the hover dash. But once we get some of those stocks, which we get it with those projectiles by making you either block it or get hit by it, then suddenly things get so much crazier, as we're seeing right there, covering the entire screen there with those triple projectiles, and then going for the teleport behind you to murder you if you tried to do anything else.
Yeah, and this is a problem now. We got drones. Put the pressure on, they follow up automatically on her attacks. And, even though she's out of stocks, low on stocks, we're going to see Hyper bringing it back here at a major, planting his flag with a perfect.
The people have forgotten. The people have forgotten, Deadward.
We've lost the scrolls.
Oh no, please don't tell me it's going to be a double perfect. The JC finding his connection on Smyles. Burst comes out from Smyles, not wanting to take that damage, not wanting us to get into that install for free, but we get into that install regardless. So many JCs coming from either side. Smyles really struggling to block it all. The JAs, no. Deadward, tell me it ain't so. Tell me we're not going to be seeing the double perfect.
Oh, but you got to route it, and there we go. Yeah, Hyper sending a message here, throwing down the gauntlet. I'm here. I'm Izayoi. Come and get me. Nah, but that happens. It's Izayoi. It's Izayoi, so it's not even that
Right. But you can already see that Hyper is taking advantage of some of the common counterplay you see against Izayoi, because one of the things about Izayoi pressure is that's very interactable, right? You press something like 5A, a lot of times you can actually kind of just like pressure her out of trying to go for these hover dashes. But we saw Hyper actually take advantage of that back and going for that rapid cancel to make it gap, or make it so that it frame traps anything that Smyles may want to end up pressing.
Hyper was also good with like a hot and cold there, wasn't always dashing in, kind of making it so that Smyles was maybe worrying about getting whiff punished if they tried to press like a 5A and do it or something like that.
Right, and here's the drones coming out. Yeah, that burst isn't really going to be doing anything.
All right, taking control here once again. Very quick victory there from Hyper, and yeah, we're seeing kind of the game plan that you were talking about, Salty Boy, that kind of plays out in every Izayoi match, which is you see the slow pace, throws out a few fireballs to get those initial stocks, and then has access to the stocks, has access to the drones, and that's kind of all she wrote.
Yeah, and Smyles finally getting a pretty decent combo there, but unfortunately not able to keep that pressure going as that DP immediately came out from Hyper. It's like, you know what, I'm pretty comfortable with just tossing out DP. Even if it gets punished, I'm still sitting pretty. And now we have 2 stocks and just immediately saying, like, I'm going to install even with 2 stocks.
Yeah, the stocks are more there for her combo ability. Because she still has the hover dash, she can kind of 50-50 you without them, as we're seeing right now. And that's all she wrote, folks. Hyper with a very quick 4 rounds there. And expecting to see this player in winner side top 48 and expecting to see them on stream later on in this pools block.
Yeah, definitely think that Hyper... Information overload, right?
It's
too much asphalt.
Yeah. It's like, hold on. We're
Too much dust.
We're traditional fighting game players. We have a small screen. We have a small screen. Give me a small screen, please. Give me a small state.
Well, let me tell you one thing here. Fems going to be rocking that S, and while S is quite the small character, small hurt box, we got giant buttons that will be able to contest Kokonoe in a lot of situations that they might not be used to.
All right, going right into a Paragon versus Fems. The battle of the top tiers between these two right now. Going to have very good space control. Skipping him with the Graviton. That is a Kokonoe classic. And oh no. Fems biting the baited hook there, now getting dragged up to land.
Yeah, speaking of classics, Fems also going for the regular pressure and game plan here with S as well. We zone out with the B fireballs, with the A fireballs, and then once we're at full screen, we toss one of those installs in there, and then run right in with a charge 214C or 214B.
They charge it up, put the pressure on, popping that seal. And man, they're both looking for like Curious George the way that they're both cosplaying the man with the yellow hat right now. What is this? What is this color selection?
All right, not going to be it. S doesn't do the most damage in single combos. She actually doesn't really reach high damage at all outside of like EA active flow. But so far,
yeah. And I mean, what S lacks in damage, she makes up with consistency.
Right. And man, what a consistent character she is. Fantastic buttons, insane pressure. But speaking of insane pressure, Super Ball coming in. Did you pass the test? I don't think we did.
I think that was no mix-up mix-up. I think that was same side nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so next level because the mix-up you always go for there pretty much is teleport.
Yeah.
So the fact that Paragon just did nothing there is so smart. What a freak.
Yeah, this is what makes Super Ball so scary too, right? Because you kind of have less time to react to what the Kokonoe is doing because of how Super Ball is able to just completely cover the screen. And that's just one of the many things about Kokonoe that makes it so strong is that noise pollution. Looks like we will be going for the install. And I don't think Paragon knew that S, when she goes for the install, is actually airborne immediately afterwards. So we can go for something like JB or JC, and that catches a lot of people off guard.
It's the slowest instant overhead of all time.
Right, right.
Trade with the projectile with 2C. Kokonoe really Dalsum syndrome right there. Now going to get dropped in the corner.
Now, we saw an interesting counterplay when it comes to those fireballs from Paragon earlier, where we actually went for the forward teleport. I wonder if we're going to try that again, because we ended up getting blown out for it last time when Fems went for that 214C and got him with the second hit. So I think Paragon may not be wanting to do that like we did before, but that is one piece of counterplay that could be useful to get past some of those projectiles.
Yeah, Paragon isn't really wanting to be in this round anymore either. Fems has just been running a train right now, firing off the projectile, trying to get past the fireball.
Alright, setting up the shock trap. Don't approach me. There's the forward teleport, but Fems was immediately ready for that, mashing out with that 2A, finding that punish for the round win and taking game number 1.
Called shot there, Salty Boy. Yeah, focusing on how Kokonoe was using that teleporter. Same thing that Fems was looking for, and that was a perfect catch there.
Alright, gonna be that very aggressive start there from Fems, going for that jump forward JBB, and then immediately following that up with that 6A over it, and double charge Gawain's. No counters from Paragon. Just letting Fems do that.
Fems is doing a lot right now. Very well. And mixing in the standing overhead once again.
One thing to note as well when it comes to that 6A standing overhead is also the fact that it low crushes. So if you try to press a low button like 2A to try and beat it out, it will not work.
Ooh, tried to go for the air throw reset, but finds the landing reset instead there. Fems just looking too confident right now. I feel like Paragon really has to put some sort of obstacle in the path of this train to kind of derail it, and maybe that mash is just what they need.
Lots of respect for the bomb. Paragon setting up the Graviton into the orb. Fems trying to jump out, but going to get hit. Nice confirm there from Paragon. I like the Graviton push as well to be very tricky. Trying to go for that cross-up, but unfortunately couldn't get the full combo off of it.
Graviton.
This would be a full combo though, yeah, with that Graviton.
And there we go. Pressure in, baits the DP. How far can you take this, Paragon? This is the obstacle that we were waiting for, putting on the hurt, and I think this could be, oh no! Didn't find the Ice Blaster, which could have got 50 meter off of it.
At 100 meter, going to be using 50 of it on the counter assault. Graviton Super Ball. Graviton Super Ball. And then we go out with the counter assault. Fems back here in a neutral, trying to buy some time for that burst to come back. And now we have it. I think if you're Fems, you're feeling pretty okay about getting that burst back at the end of this round.
Yeah, nice to get that resource back. You know, traded 50 meter for the 50 meter on the Super Ball, which is a pretty reliable way of getting out of it if you can make sure Kokonoe gets hit by it. And bold match, all I'll say.
All right, fully charged Gawain into the throw. That should be able to take us closer to the corner. Not quite though, since we ended it with the J2Bs. Gawain RC. Yeah, if we did it a little bit earlier, it would have been fine, but we did it in response to blocking that Gawain, so that OD didn't do much here for Paragon.
And we're going back to the spin cycle neutral right now for Paragon. Really good for Kokonoe to put the Graviton in you and then just spin in, but I don't know, Salty, is this going to be enough for Fems? Not with that ender.
Oh, and there it is, the double overhead. Gawain RC JC. Fems going to be taking it to 1, right? 2-0? That's right. That was a pretty big deal. I think he even made second place, if I remember correctly.
I mean, just unbelievable. Showing the power of S in every tournament that they attend. And we're going to get it between Ruka and Xeonis. Xeonis, of course, on Azrael, representing Boston here. Has a very methodical play style to Azrael, which I really like to see. And then there's also, you know, if you're playing Azrael, you've got to be able to uncage the rage, which Xeonis does.
Yeah, and I think that's absolutely a perfect description for Ruka as well. A very methodical S. We go for the very standard S. Pressure will do it so well, so fundamentally right, that we just win so many of the matches that we play.
This is so fundamental. Salty, I'm worried about all of these going to time.
Well, we'll see, right? Ruka getting some early damage there with that 6B anti-air, punishing Xeonis for going for the air approach, and then the fuzzy JA instant overhead. Great stuff.
That's so sneaky. Man, S, Mori let you have 2 instant overheads? Oh, and Xeonis already blocked one.
Oh, well, there's that throw coming in, not reacting to it and having to take this damage, not looking to spend the burst with how little we have left in relation to Ruka's health bar here.
The instant overhead is not only good because it opens people up, it's because you have to put so many neurons into being ready for it that we're seeing Xeonis just has all of the brain cells working on blocking that instant overhead that you get opened up by things like throw.
Right. But as S2, once you're in a specific range, your brain cells are going to be working towards trying to deal with Gustav, which you've seen Xeonis try to throw it a little bit more often at the tail end of that round. Gustav kind of being that I'm in move. It's like, if you use it, you're in, unless Ruka shows that he can instant block it.
And again, we're seeing the slow and steady nature of this match play out. Xeonis just spending so much time in neutral walking, does not want to commit to the dash, knowing that Ruka's going to be looking for, you know, where this big boy turns up.
Ooh, got a love tap. Yeah, got a small love tap, and normally you see that confirm into like a full combo there for Azrael. But it was a bit of an awkward hit there, so Xeonis not quite getting it. There's that double fireball, and that will frame trap Xeonis.
Ruka connecting, gets the burst for it.
All right, tries to throw out that 5C, going to whip entirely. Xeonis playing so patient, but this patience is only going to work out if we can find a good enough combo or punish to really make it all pay off. Xeonis got a little bit here, and we'll be getting a little bit more here as we're going to be taking Ruka to the corner, and we'll be able to cash out with a Blackhawk Stinger at the end of this combo, I think, if we choose to spend it. I think this is going to be able to kill.
Xeonis getting paid off for the patience there. This is an incredible matchup to see in a fool's block. Just look at the speed of the neutral that we've been seeing here. Both of these players retreating so much, just feeling super comfortable not being the aggressor, and then eventually finding these times to bite like Ruka has, but unfortunately this overdrive going to put some something bad in the pudding there.
Yeah, Xeonis is probably the most patient Azrael player alive. We are not pressing buttons at all. Usually you see like some Gustavs being woven in there. We see some DPs coming out, but none coming out on the side of Xeonis, especially not DPing with how scary and safe this S pressure can end up being.
And the blocking discipline has been so good for Xeonis. Never cracking, dealing with the stagger pressure.
Oh man. Gonna be able to get some nice damage off of this combo, setting up that JD once again in the S down, finds the instant overhead, but doesn't confirm into it because of the RC.
Ooh, what a bold press there. Xeonis covering a reset and the instant overhead as we saw there. Blue but true, putting up a lot of damage.
All right, backing up, back to full screen here. JB, 2A, 5A, trying to make Xeonis crack, going for something very safe, and then DP immediately after the O deactivation. RC to get the combo off of it. Could have probably gotten the kill off of that as well, but couldn't quite find it, but will secure it after this super. Ruka finally taking game number 1, and like you said, I mean, it might not have gone to time, but those were some very long rounds.
Very long, very patient, and the overdrive interaction there was really interesting. You saw Ruka did super delayed DP because of Xeonis having the 100 meter. Ruka was like, I bet Xeonis is going for DPRC, as we saw Xeonis try to go for in the last interaction. So Ruka was like, I'm just going to be invincible after you if you try to do that.
Right. Okay, jump forward, JC, JBB, 2A, 5A. And eventually makes Xeonis crack. Once again, not going to be the most damage as we're seeing here with 2100, but it's that consistency of being able to open up the opponent, that JD, that threat looming over you, and then the throw gets mixed in.
Yeah, Ruka, Xeonis has been playing such good defense, so it's been impressive the way that Ruka has still been able to make him crack.
Yeah, we saw that 6B right there. That was being used to cover multiple options as Xeonis tries to jump out. Xeonis, though, continuing to not press, holding onto this barrier for his life, but that barrier gauge is starting to run very low. Great match there from Xeonis, but unfortunately couldn't finish the combo.
Oh, the excellent S anti-air paying off there from Ruka. Xeonis just kind of forcing the issue now. This isn't the patient playstyle that we were seeing earlier.
Yes, and there's the JC coming out, and this time Xeonis was ready with that punish. Once again, unfortunately, just not getting the type of damage we want. I've yet to really see many weak points get applied to Ruka, and Xeonis is just unfortunately not able to really capitalize off of any of the ones that he's able to actually connect with Ruka on.
I worry that Xeonis has been doing a little bit too much of a call and response there. We saw, you know, Ruka go for DP, and then Xeonis go for DP. We saw Ruka get a big counter hit anti-air starter. Then we saw Xeonis got a good counter hit starter.
I don't know what the plan was.
You got to break the pattern there. Watch out. Xeonis, you're going to get your mind controlled.
All right, and seeing the throw come out. Going to take us to the corner here. Great combo here from Ruka, knowing the route. And that's going to be a JD gets set up once again. Going for the overhead pretty late this time. We've usually gone for it very early in these sequences, but throwing Xeonis' timing just a tad bit off, and now going to be winning another interaction because of it. 2,900 damage being added to Xeonis, and even more with that JC. No conversion because we didn't use that RC.
Losing that overdrive is going to really hurt Xeonis' ability to make a comeback here. That's a lot of damage potential for Azrael off of the table now.
Yeah, and I love that range that we're playing at here as Ruka, you know, poking out with these JBs, these JCs, making it very awkward for Xeonis to try an anti-air without going for something more committal, maybe like a DP, maybe like a 5C, for example, right? Those players who has kind of been absent from a lot of these major tournaments, but has been such a massive major threat in the past. One of the best Litchis of his time, and Litchi, another one of those characters that, once again, I feel like people forget how good she really is. And that's because of how over-centralized that staff ends up becoming in every single one of these matchups.
Yes, that staff very problematic. Controls space for her super well. So, you know, it's kind of like you're playing, you know, shout out to Marvel Tokon recently released by Arxis, but it's like you're playing a tag game, the degree to which Litchi and the staff can just kind of synergize together.
Yeah, high priority projectile. Once you see it come out, a lot of times you just have to respect it, right? But as S, you do have some nice movement tools, right? Something like 214C actually can be a bit of a burst movement tool that can kind of get you under being very, and S also like a very fast character, can get around some of these staff as well if we choose to run under it. But once again, it's like pick and choose which time is the best to actually get around those, or get around that staff.
All right, Uri just going to retreat to the staff here, dodging the fireballs. The fireballs are very notable because Litchi, if she has staff active, if she blocks, the staff deactivates. So making her block in neutral can be very helpful. The explosion super is not enough. Looking for one final mix here.
Yeah, we're going to be just tossing out that staff, staying safe here from full screen, knowing if we can just get that one hit, everything's going to be A-okay here. Staff on Fems, we have to respect him. We see just Fems popping that barrier, right? Like, we don't want to get hit by this, but because of that, we're not gaining any ground.
Yeah, honestly, being at that life total against Litchi just feels like the game is over. Like, you should just add a surrender button at that point. Because, yeah, any sort of damage is ending you, and that staff, you know, you can't even really see it when she super jumps up, so you're just kind of pressing barrier and praying at that point.
Right, so already we're seeing that Litchi is a fantastic character at zoning and controlling space here on the screen. One notable thing, too, is that she actually has a pretty good defense because of her DP. Her DP being one of the best in the game, not necessarily because the hitboxes or frame data are amazing compared to the rest of the cast, but it's because it sets up staff for her automatically afterwards.
Yes. Also can be very difficult to punish sometimes, so just like Super Ball, you know, you better have hit the books if you're going to punish that one. Yep. Go for a cross-up.
Yeah, and we're seeing it right there, right? Uri choosing to use that DP, setting up the staff, and able to try and go for that cross-up afterwards because Fems was respecting that option of the staff for whatever Uri was trying to go for afterwards. Fems still able to take that round, though. Great patience to get around what is a very, I mean, we've said it a lot already, what is a very dangerous thing to deal with.
Yep, the battle of the excellent screen control, S with her double projectiles and Litchi with the staff.
Let's find the DP, finds the JD, not close enough to find the combo. Will get a punish on that DP, but the staff is right in the perfect range here for Uri, so with that burst, it actually put us into the advantage.
Nice. Overhead with the staff. Get a nice bit of damage on here, but most importantly is the corner positioning, though. Fem's just going to get out of that with the super.
Yeah, I'm surprised we went for super rather than DPRC, playing a little bit of fire, trying to get the high reward off of that damage. But now Fems doesn't have that mirror available, and Uri has 100 mirror to use here. I think with a super, if we can get it, no, we cannot. JD, right tech on the throw.
Just finds it with the JB in the air, putting Fems down in this game one. But, you know, Fems is down but not out.
Right. We were able to take a round, right? Oh.
Okay, Fems.
I didn't know Fems plays Litchi.
How quickly we forget. I also forgot that Fem played Litchi.
I don't think I've ever seen Fems play Litchi. Or yeah, we got the Litchi theme, sure.
I don't know how many Litchi mirrors there have been.
On the Litchi stage?
In past 2020.
I'm at a very Chinese time of my life.
Yo, she's very cool if you know anything about Mahjong. Basically, her whole character design is based around different little Mahjong things. So, yeah, definitely Litchi is in a very Chinese time of her life. She's got the all-green Imperial Jade hair. Yeah, just putting it down, calling Ricci, and here we go.
All right, here we go. Indeed, Uri going to be finding that cross up here on Fems. And a lot of damage being traded back and forth with these staffs. Turns out, Litchi can also kind of struggle against the staff as well.
Sometimes you're your own worst enemy. Shout out to that karaoke song. That's one of my favorites. But now we go firing our staffs off, seeing who has to block it first.
Dude, I don't even know who staff is who. I just see a staff spinning around on the screen, and I'm like, I hope that's theirs.
Man, it's like when you both play a Vitrix and it's like, okay, whose engraving is whose? That's the only way we can tell them apart.
All right, a great corner combo here for Uri, and a fantastic catch there on that roll there from Fems.
Okay. Are we going to be putting Fems in one-hit situation here? And standing overhead. That's all she wrote, Salty Boy, unless I called it too soon.
Yeah, unless we drop. I mean, Litchi's a hard character, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Fems trying to stage his comeback, but no. You're just kind of like pressing every single one of those small buttons, hoping one works. All right, on the boss stage, CHanye with the Jin and SmallFry here on the Arakune. Jin going to be a pretty decent character into Arakune because we do have access to some more defensive tools in the form of 2 DPs, right?
Yep. Be very helpful, though. To a degree, Curse just kind of equalizes all of that. We haven't caught Arakune too much. This character is a little goofy. He kind of just like pukes up, wanders around and whatnot, and eventually, once he finds the hits he needs, he enters the Curse state, where your opponent is cursed and Arakune is able to summon 4 different types of bugs that basically makes the game impossible to win.
Yo, Deadward, pull up the chart.
Pull up the chart. What do all the bugs do?
But yeah, no, like you said, it's all about getting that curse. Because right now, Arakune, while he might not look like it at the moment because how SmallFry's navigating neutral, is actually one of the worst characters in the game in this stage. But once we get that curse, we become probably top 1. Like, the bugs are ridiculous, curse is ridiculous, but we need to get to that point in the first place. And we also need to find the right cloud, because which cloud we get is also RNG dependent. So if we don't get the right one, it can set us pretty far behind.
Well played there by CHanye. Yeah, was at a pretty dangerous curse level there, but was able to finish it off before SmallFry was able to find any more hits. And yeah, fighting games usually try and stay away from randomness, so one thing that is interesting is that the cloud Arakune summons is completely random, and a really bad miss on the overdrive there from CHanye wasn't quite able to punish it, and SmallFry able to mash out. Stay away from that cloud, CHanye. You're so close to Curse.
Right now, Curse has been such a gradual increase so far, right? Like, we haven't really done too much. This is the best cloud, by the way, because of the tracks. But, like, right now, you know, it's been very gradual for Curse. But, honestly, sometimes if you get the right hit, Arakune can just get it in a one combo, and that's another very scary thing to worry about. And knowing which combo to burst when you see that good starter from SmallFry. And there it is, once you see Curse. See how we were able to snowball away with that game?
Yeah, CHanye maybe trying to keep burst for this final round here. Because Curse is so dangerous, you try and burst it right away like we just saw CHanye. Not even 3 hits in saying, okay, get me out of this. I do not want to get cursed. And that's something that CHanye does a lot, Salte, is goes for the air dash reset off of the restand. So once CHanye's frozen you, really wants to go for that air dash overhead. Oh no, drop there for SmallFry. That's really going to hurt their chances of winning unless the godlike 5C anti-air.
Yeah, I saw that 5C and I'm like, all right, now CHanye, okay, you got a great start, but now can you survive a curse is the question, and we will not be able to do so. One notable thing about Curse as well is because it is so strong at opening up the opponent, oftentimes what you'll see is that Arakunes will oftentimes end their combos early so that they can take more advantage of that Curse. I think one thing you'll see a lot from SmallFry too when we get Curse multiple times is we're going to end it early when we have a little bit of Curse, and we'll use that last bit of Curse to hopefully find one more combo, and then that combo will get us Curse back. That is the optimal way to play Arakune.
Yeah, it's definitely like you could extend for 1,000 more damage, or you could try and, you know, use that additional curse time to get another opening, which will deal, you know, 3,000, 4,000. So the math usually works out for Arakune to end those combos early, like you were talking about, Salty.
All right, great combo here from CHanye. Fantastic start. But this start's going to be meaningless if we cannot finish it off. And right now, I think that's what CHanye might be doing, putting SmallFry into that critical range. One more combo after this should be enough. And there it is, the overhead, the unblockable, the RC to get the combo afterwards. And a CHanye with a near perfect takes that round away from SmallFry.
Seeing a totally different CHanye here, looking much more confident and able to snowball once they get that initial hit. Okay. Anti-air ice car follow-up, brutalizing here and mixing it up very well, showing the overhead, the throw, and the low off of the ice restand.
Yeah, find some sneaky hits here with the bugs. There's the tracking cloud coming through, forcing CHanye to have to move, try to approach SmallFry to get that hit against Arakune. SmallFry with half health. There's that burst coming out, and that's actually very valuable resource that SmallFry got rid of, because now we don't have access to OD to take advantage of the curse gauge that we currently have.
Yes, Arakune can cash out that curse gauge before it totally fills up with the use of overdrive, but just not holding down back there. The restand continuation combo and just scaled so much that it started a new combo.
Yeah. Yeah, because in that instance, I think, like, you know, he could have done something like wake up OD instead of burst in the combo, and then curse, and then CHanye has to immediately respect it, right? We cannot keep pressing. I mean, sometimes you can, right? Depending on the situation, depending on how confident you are. But you generally don't want to be pressing once that curse gets activated. You want to be able to wait it out, which is very, very hard to do, as we've been seeing here with CHanye and how SmallFry has been able to open him up with curse. But so far, we've yet to see curse that much in the first place.
Yeah. Kind of had like the few big ones that just immediately lead to round wins, but that's the problem. You know, it's so polarizing when your opponent gets cursed that it's like, yeah, the rounds that Arakune's opponents win are generally ones where there was no curse.
Right. Like we're seeing here, and that, I mean, I think that really is just going to show how CHanye is so good at this matchup, right? Knowing how to play around Arakune, dance around in neutral against him, kind of forcing him to have to approach you, and then, you know, losing because, right, we spent something like Burst in order to make up for a mistake that we made and not using it to activate Curse instead.
Oh, really bad drop there for SmallFry. Will luckily find this next hit in order to get Curse going, and this probably is going to be it. CHanye used Burst in the last round, so has no get out of jail free card for the combo or this situation. You really just have to hold it. Out of Curse, though.
All right, trying to go for the super to lock down CHanye, but unfortunately will not find it. CHanye has a lot of health to work through here against SmallFry. SmallFry also going to be getting access to Burst/OD pretty soon here. So CHanye wants to be able to close this out rather fast. Finds another nice hit. Should be able to set up the cross-up, and we find it immediately. OD, this might be it.
Going for the kill here. I think it's enough. Increase with the overdrive. Firing the projectile, and it is enough. Putting SmallFry, you know, that was kind of, if fighting games are a conversation, Hyper was just kind of yelling as loud as he could, not letting his opponent get a word in. But Zil, you know, has been playing CF for a while at this point, definitely knows the ins and out of the Izayoi matchup. So I'm looking for Zil to kind of put Hyper in their place here.
Yeah, we will have to see, though, because this also just is not a great matchup here for Azrael. We do have tools to deal with it, right? Growler, being able to absorb some of those projectiles can be important, but it's all about being able to play against Hyper in a neutral. That's going to be quite difficult. We're going to be having to use moves like 5C and actually hoping that they hit, unlike Whiff that we saw right there, and Hyper able to get that punish.
All right, Hyper has stocks to spend here. Still in a very threatening position right now. Has to burst out. Yeah, very respectful burst there.
Cross up again. Hyper not going to be blocking that one. Zil going to be getting a lot of damage if Hyper doesn't burst, and I don't think we are.
Okay, DPRC will qualify here. Hyper going to find the hit in the scramble afterwards.
We have one weak point, utilizing that dive kick to alter our air momentum and force Hyper to have to, you know, try to scramble around to get Zil back in his place with that triple fireball. Didn't end up working. OD comes out. Zil pops that 5C, pops that 5C again. No fear. RC blocks the projectiles, but doesn't block Hyper from the ground. And that is going to be the first round going to Hyper, but it was already so much closer than I think we may have expected for a first round.
Yeah, I mean, of course Hyper has no fear. That's a whiff DP teleport in overdrive.
Oh, I'm saying Zil has no fear.
Zil is ready to go. Fire off the phalanx, dog. Put the projectile.
All right, 4 stocks built up for here for Hyper. Hyper going into that install. Gustav attempt to get in, but no dice. Hyper floating right on over, getting this combo. Going to cash out on one of those stocks to extend the combo, and we're going to be seeing it once again there with those JAs.
Yeah, that noggin has just been tickled over and over again by Hyper. Keep continuing with this glide into the JA.
DPRC. Oh, okay, going for the cross up this time.
Okay. We're in a little bit low on stock, so at this point, Zil's going to have to capitalize on that. Oh, getting hit by the projectile is going to give 2 back, though.
Oh, try to get really tricky there with the double cross up, but unfortunately not close enough to be able to find that hit with that air normal. Oh man, just so close. We're finding small hits here and there, but unfortunately not able to close it out. RC to extend the pressure. Zil doesn't have burst anymore, but this isn't going to be doing enough to find the kill. Hyper needs at least 1 to 2 more combos in order to close it off. DP RC bringing Hyper to the corner. Doesn't finish the combo, and Hyper gained the full 8 seconds of overdrive.
No, this is criminal. She's getting so much passive income there. We got to investigate her. Jeez, firing off the sword. Game 1 there going to Hyper.
Yeah, but I mean, we talked about it at the start of this set. Zil does know how to play around this matchup, certain elements of it, but closing it just becomes so hard, especially if we couldn't kill Hyper at that last moment there. Hyper getting access to such a long overdrive kind of was that death sentence.
Zil also had the corner positioning and was clearly very afraid of either the DP or the overdrive. Kept, kind of did pressure, then backed off, was going for, IED cross-up JB, and instead was doing no cancel, expecting the DP to come out, things like that.
Right, we got 1 weak point applied here to Hyper, trying to find 1 more. There's that overhead attempt of Hyper, going to block it out. Goes straight to the install here with 3 stocks, goes for the teleport.
And Zil has been so close with a lot of these air throws, but it's just been grabbing the air this whole time.
It's so hard to air throw Izayoi.
Yeah, let Azrael get his mitts on Izayoi. Let Zil cash out for this great air control.
Counter assault. No teleport this time, just letting that projectile land.
No!
Oh my god!
So tricky there. And the movement
block
from Hyper is so good.
Okay, triple fireball. Oh, and there it is. You expected the high this time, but the low comes in instead. Into the drones, catching a Zil here.
And respect to the 44th, and there we go. Hyper cleaning it up now at set point. Zil, you gotta get around. Fight back.
Zil did hold on to that OD though, so we will have it at the start of this round. That could be a game changer if we can use it to perfection. Find the right moment. Gustav, we are in. Hyper having to respect the option afterwards. I like how we stalled in the air too, maybe trying to bait out an anti-air by going for the install and then deactivated the install.
Yeah, quick form change back. We're seeing it again. Yeah, Hyper trying to mess up Zil's anti-air timing. Try and make Zil press that 6B a little bit too early, but a great anti-air there from Hyper, cashing out big.
All right, using up 2 of those stocks already, still has 2 more. Can use it for the mix-up, can use it for the combo. Gustav in, having to respect it once again. But notice how Hyper is also taken to the air too, right? Because if we block, we're chicken blocking. We don't have to worry about the mix afterwards. But if Zil isn't actually making Hyper block, then Hyper can just go for an air normal and mix up Zil afterwards.
Yeah, no, Hyper definitely staying in the air for that reason. And yeah, Zil just has not been able to find a good anti-air on it. Dealing with this overdrive pressure, counter hits JC, and I think this is enough. Salty, that is Hyper. Knocking Zil down to losers, and I think we're going to see a little shirt update here. Yeah, here we go.
People to commentate for.
That was so lucky. Yeah, Mass Fam was just playing out of his mind that weekend.
Yeah, and I'm looking to see KTD also do the same here. And what is awesome, not the best matchup here for Tager, but Tager has some tools to be able to deal with it. One of them being that magnetism. We want to be able to find a hit with one of our drive normals, or we want to be able to find a hit with that Spark Bolt in order to start that pressure. And we're just charging that Spark Bolt really early as Kapral chooses to go on the defensive early.
KTD is like, I have analyzed the win con. I need to be charging Spark Bolt as soon as possible.
Yeah, now Spark Bolt going to be on deck here for KTD. Also showing some patience, restraint in using it, right? Because in this sake, Kapral not committing to anything can easily just pop that teleport and get past it.
Kapral, though, holding the magnetism right now. Oh, nice DP there to force KTD away from their win con, that corner positioning.
Yeah, and that magnetism did run out, however, here for KTD. So we do get that Spark Bolt back to reapply it. And you know what? You don't necessarily need to hit Spark Bolt all the time.
Yeah.
Even if you don't hit Spark Bolt, right, we still get that magnetism if you block it. And that's kind of what KTD is looking for against a character like 9. Great damage there with that super to end off that combo. And is really close to finishing it off. One more should do the trick. No more magnetism once again.
Oh, Spark Bolt getting deleted. So unfortunate, just like Salte was talking about. You want that to at least connect on blocks so you get the magnetism. But, you know, every cloud has a silver lining, and KTD may have lost that Spark Bolt, but has won the round.
Yeah, I think that might be one of the first times I've seen that interaction ever. Yeah, Capral throwing out the Bomberman projectile, and then it actually trading with the Spark Bolt. I mean, really heads up play from Capral in the first place, right? Even if we lost that round.
Yeah, I mean, because you see the Bomberman projectile too much. 9 usually has better spells to be going for. But that was one time of it maybe overperforming what it usually does.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately for Capral, we didn't link teleports, so we got hit by the Spark Bolt as we came out of the first one.
Capral going to be feeling that one, but luckily, he's going to be feeling much better now that Tager's back is to the corner.
Oh, yeah, and trying to steal the corner as well, getting cheeky with a DP. KTD going to block it out, but that is notably a very hard DP to punish. So KTD, while not able to find it, is able to get a good deal of magnetism here on Capral. Once again, Capral respecting that Spark Bolt once we're at full screen. And now we find this snatch there on Capral. What are you doing in the air? 100-meter, but KTD not spending it. Still, though, finding those last few hits, but things were looking a little spookier than I think they should have been.
No, that was insane. Oh my god, and they're just yakking it up.
Having the time of their life. Actually, what I can see in their tags is that KTD is also from Florida.
Oh my god, no,
so
not the win button change, not the win button change.
Oh.
No.
Wait, what? Wait, did you catch which buttons they were?
It was barrier. Barrier was set wrong.
Imagine not having barrier.
Against 9. Oh my, okay. It did flash pretty quickly. I'm like 90% sure it was barrier. It could have been throw, but it was barrier. It was barrier. Yeah, that was no barrier against 9.
Hey, here's the thing. If you don't macro it, you know, you're fine.
Yeah.
You just do AB. Easy.
That's
First comes out.
Easy fix. Does look like KT. No, like KTD is on controller, so no. AB is not super easy to press together.
Oh, magnetism ran out just at the perfect time, so KTG not able to find that. I think that was that wedge catapult?
Oh yeah.
One of the grabs there from KTG. Spark Bolt
Oh
this time will land, and that's what makes it so scary, is that if you do get hit by it, that's an immediate combo there for KTG.
Capral maybe extending too much here. It feels like they just keep running into the Spark Bolt every time.
Oh. Fantastic conversion there for KTD. Finding the JD.
Yeah, magnetism from that JD is key. So good match out there from Capral.
All right, find the freeze. Probably going to set Fairy. Yeah, there's Fairy coming out. Got away from the armor, though. Capral getting a little too aggressive.
Huge cash out now from KTD. Oh, and 9 super magnetized right now, so she's going to be getting tugged into the arms of Tager.
I like that we're still playing reserve, though. Waiting to get our Spark Bolt back and just blocking all these God Hands because Capral is showing KTD that, like, hey, I am not looking to engage with you.
Oh, but it's looking like... Oh.
I mean, really instilling the fear into Capral's heart and playing around at that fear as well. Oh my god, still just finding that one last hit here.
Dashing through the air grab was so clutch. Watch out, firing the laser, but I got the armor busting through slam. We got the Florida camaraderie here between these two, hugging it out there at the end. Brawler buttons, I would say. That 5B does put in a lot of work, and she has a nice run speed as well. But yeah, you're totally right, Salte. Like, as with many characters in this game, kind of the draw of S or Izanami of just being like, oh, I could just play the best or more consistent character.
Yeah, I like that you mentioned the run speed as well, because Tsubaki also has access to fantastic movement, right? We have a great run, we have a 3C slide that can catch people off guard, that can link into 3CC, DP, and then we get a combo after that if we have some stocks. But we also have a very deep air dash. I think people also don't realize that Tsubaki has a very long air dash, and Paragon might not be expecting Nicko to be able to approach him from very long distances.
Yeah, from that range. There we oh my, the homework has been completed, Nicko. We give you an A+ and extra credit on top of it. That was a fantastic punish on the Super Ball.
Yeah, and excellent usage of that 5B as well. 5B going to be one of Tsubaki's best pokes. And yeah, just straight up leading it into that 3C to strength our first box and get in against Paragon without having to take that Super Ball afterwards. Because Super Ball doesn't disappear, mind you.
Yes. That's what makes it so difficult to punish. Going to be firing off the Super here, and that should be enough.
Yeah,
there
perfect.
For Nicko.
Yeah, just having enough stocks as well to be able to get the final hit after that combo. Nicko looking really good, sending out the fireball. Going to go for a bit more of a passive round start versus Paragon, and that is a great start here for Nicko because with that command grab, you're going to be immediately getting 2 stocks. And that's what makes that strike throw gameplay from Tsubaki very scary because if she finds that command grab, suddenly she's very much ahead.
Yeah, Tsubaki's got the AI command grab. It's like, ChatGPT, read 2 books for me. Give me the 1-sentence summary. All right, we're good to go. I've read them. Folks, I got the 2 stocks. The proof is in the pudding. I read them. Let the record show. Firing off the bananas. Cornered Paragon here. Hey, Nicko's playing so well.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, just great awareness and use of Tsubaki's toolkit. We call it the bananas. That's super.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bunch of yellow swords.
Right, very active, tracks the opponent. It's good for being able to check opponents from long distances and being able to run in afterwards.
All right, we did see Paragon lose to Fems, so it's definitely loser side. And so this is elimination you're facing here. You're missing out on the Chipotle card. So it's kind of it's time to lock in, focus up. Dilate those pupils, get that heart pumping. Envision victory. And there we go, electrifying performance here for Paragon, putting Nicko in the corner.
Yeah, and this is looking like a Paragon round, let me tell you that. Overhead going to connect after the electric trap, locking down a Nicko in the corner.
Okay, we're looking at a whole different Paragon here. Bringing it back. Both players backing off away from round start. Neither of them feel like they have the advantage in that situation.
Okay, throw counter. That's a very big opening here for Paragon. Nicko not electing to burst here just yet. And because we're in the air, can take all those hits without having to worry about that mix. That barrier also pushing back Paragon so much. And we've seen Paragon actually struggle with that barrier, remember?
Yeah.
And Nicko being able to utilize that is very important.
Quick reset into the overhead there. Paragon just putting a show on right now. Nice. That was a good teleport, but it's teleported you into the corner. Paragon, watch out here. Nicko is
Command
down
grab?
but not out.
Dude, I think Nicko's looking for a command grab. We have no stocks. 2A, 2A. I mean, Paragon's just holding all of this. Where's the overheads? Let me tell you that.
Oh!
5B!
Huge 5B, like you were talking about Saltape, one of her best buttons. No!
That's unfortunate.
You got a jump cancel or something.
But fantastic patience there from Paragon. I love just holding that pressure the entire time. Not pressing any buttons, knowing Nicko's very low health, set up a single trap, and then we're good.
Yeah, and like you were talking about, the damage potential wasn't really there because Nicko was no stocks. So it was kind of like command grab or bust. Or, just like get that 2,000 damage combo 8 times or something.
Right. Okay, burst going to send Nicko to full screen. I love that usage of the Graviton to push. Pushing Nicko into the corner, getting shocked by that trap. And now Paragon is in the driver's seat.
Kokonoe is just a really entertaining character to watch. She allows you to make like these Rube Goldberg contraptions that we're seeing here. Now burst into the corner.
Notably, we only have one Graviton left, so we got to be able to close this out a little bit faster or stall for some time, or make this last Graviton count at the very least. Nicko blocking that over at RC to keep this pressure going. Counter assault going to push Paragon away, and then find that far-reaching low there with the 6P.
Okay. Nicko, I think this is one-hit situation here, putting up the battle of the projectiles.
Oh my god, and there it is, avoiding that Super Bowl once again, and Nicko knows how to avoid that Super X. And there it is, 3CC. one move that people like to make a comparison to when it comes to that one is a Sun Dipper from Guilty Gear.
Yes.
Just being able to low profile, being able to get in very fast. And then not only that, but we also have just very good combo potential afterwards as well. With, like I said, 3CC, DP, if we have stock, we can just go for the dive kick combo afterwards as well.
Yeah, Paragon's got to find an answer to that. It's kind of worked out twice at this point. Double cross him. Trying to keep it ambiguous, but I like that we're seeing Nicko has the matchup experience, because one of the best things you can do against Kokonoe is delay tech, because it'll mess up that teleport timing on the Oki.
All right, take him up. Should be the dive. Yeah, fireball into the dive. And yeah, Paragon's been hit by that multiple times. The fact that Tsubaki does have access to that double overhead with the JCC, and the fact that we can delay it for so long.
I like the counter assault. Spend the 50 meter to make sure you don't die here. Has the bomb on it, finds the overhead. All right, Paragon needs, I think, 2 more good hits here.
Okay, blocking the orb. In it to the OD. Oh no! Super Bowl, OD, and then Nicko doing it once again. That 3C. Paragon thinking he set up that wall with the Super Ball, thinking we were safe, and Nicko always catching him off guard by going for...
Coming to the U.S. multiple times, hasn't won here big in a little bit. Excalibur Blades going out to Japan, not winning big. It's going to be a lot on the line and a lot of pride.
Oh,
man. Maigo versus Thunlunk is going to kick things off here. Rachel versus Celica. Thunlunk, but there's the air unblockable to kick things off.
Yeah, I was going to say, this character, you know, not one we see very often. I mean, Rachel you're going to be a little bit more familiar with. What an amazing bait on the burst already to kick things off, Ralph. We're in for a pretty good set, I think.
Absolutely. I mean, Maigo, one of the best to do it, representing BBB.
Yep.
Trying to go for a little bit of mix-up and also waiting for maybe the counter assault.
Yeah.
But good defense on Maigo and has all the screen real estate to play with.
Yeah, not a lot of life for Thunlunk here, and just, eventually going to walk into that. Super hard to make those comebacks, obviously, especially when you've already spent your burst early in the round, of course. When you burst like that, you really got to make sure it pays off. And when you get it baited, I mean, it's very rare you're going to win that round.
And already off to a great start off of the anti-air counter hit. Nice little start, but the Lobelia getting punished with the cannon. Thunlunk just trying to approach and having a little difficulty getting close.
Yeah, I mean, you do have your own projectiles, of course, Cecilia, but, I mean, they're not really going to pose much of a threat to Rachel. She's got so much better options for keeping you out, and her projectile's definitely going to be able to, get around your own even. Ooh. And already forcing the burst. Does land actually this time, but still a big life deficit. And the counter assault is going to hit. No counter hit, though. So not too much pressure on the side of Thunlunk. We're going to run right into that confirm. And Maigo going to take that first game pretty convincingly.
Yeah, very, very strong. You see Thunlunk just smiling a little bit, smirking like, at least I got rid of George.
Yeah.
I knocked George out like twice, but barely put a dent into Maigo, who's looking very comfortable here. We're going to stick to our guns right into game number 2 as Maigo makes the space, gets Lobelia and the George out.
Oh my god.
Too much HP on that frog.
Look, he's the 13th for a reason, okay? It's a long lineage. Nice block, though, on the overhead, of course. Coming out, slightly misconfirmed there from Maigo. But still got the corner control, and, as Rachel, you're pretty happy no matter where you're on the screen anyway.
Oh, just getting zapped. Trying to approach in. Jump C, though. And all the buttons keeping Thunlunk out already. Less than a quarter life. And the small strings, Maigo happy to block it out. Barrier, makes the escape, and gets all the slippy back.
George holding down the neutral man. No one does it like him. No other frog does it like him.
He's his own character. That frog should be on character select and be playable on its own, just how strong it is. Nice tech roll forward. It gets a catch. Actually, nice Thunlunk.
All right, actual first opportunity for Thunlunk to get something going. The counter comes out. Forcing the burst out for the momentum here. Thunlunk really wants to get it going. Doesn't want to let Rachel out the corner, but it's already too late. This character is slippery.
Yeah, just having to chase Rachel down. Very difficult for a lot of the cast. The throw attempt, nice tech though out of Maigo. Again, has all the real estate and is setting up shop.
Gliding away, man. And still 2 wins stocked up as well. George going to be holding down the neutral once again. Doesn't want to commit too much to the mix-up again. Just happy to keep away. Nice jump in though. There's the burst coming out from Maigo. Now Thunlunk just needs to get in one more time. And then the party can start.
Yeah, unfortunately not getting in many times so far in this set. So maybe the last time as we're seeing Maigo waiting and baiting. Clean a hit into the jump C. Pushing away back to full screen. Both with a lot of bar on either side. Either for counter assaults or a quick RC. I like to see what Thunlunk does to get nice and close.
Yeah, 100 meter now. You got to be thinking there's a lot you could do with this right now. Oh my god, the TRN setup does land. And with 100 heat, you think this should be enough.
I hope so. One super here to finish it.
I don't see this character enough, so I don't know how much damage he does.
All right, that should do it though. Zip right through. And Thun bouncing back a little bit. A lot more to go, but at least we got a round on the board.
It's something, right? And, you know, at least in terms of overdrive, you're pretty much even Stevens. Depends, you know, how you're going to want to use that. I think that's always the most interesting thing as the throw comes out from Maigo here. The burst will be built for Thun. See if he wants to use it, if he gets hit, or maybe look for an overdrive cancel on the block stun. Is a potential, but no, just gets opened up instead.
More solid damage here on the side of Maigo. Is going to just need one more solid hit after it. Quick overhead, but be able to tech away.
Yep.
Tough part for Thun. Techs to throw, has some room, not a lot of meter, but the burst is there. A clutch overdrive or anything more can be really big with the jump C counter hit. Thun has to burst there with a pixel left.
Yeah, maybe a very late burst there, to be honest. I mean, you had to, right? But the chip damage could be coming through as well. Just gets hit by the lightning strike. And Maigo going to take that one nice and clean. Signs of life for Thun at the end there, but just not quite enough.
And, you know, DGF, a bit of the same.
Yeah, I think Terumi, you know, I mean, does have some tools to keep you out with. Like, he does have, like, the JD is extremely good and active, stop any kind of approaches. And he's, you know, pretty good at, you know, mixing you up as well if you want to get close. But defensively, he leaves a lot to the imagination in the sense needing that 50 meter for reversal is kind of tough. Whereas, you know, Bullet always going to have available to that DP, which should come very much in handy against Terumi. And already forcing the burst out though, DGF.
A good spot. I mean, Terumi's always going to get meter very, very easily and build that up quickly. But to counter it on the flame wheel, good chance here for Creigh. Yeah, we got a bit of the power up. So now we are juiced and ready to move in.
Very scary. Especially when you got 50 heat behind it. I mean, there's so much heat actually from Bullet, I just realized. Yeah, 6C gonna have to. I see that, but that's a very, very common big counter hit, JC. And a great pickup and the active flow here for DGF. I'm surprised it didn't actually go into overdrive there, but here we go. Another hit, and that should be it. Didn't even need to spend the overdrive.
Hey, you can't bring it with you to the next round, so let it rock. Great job there as we're just confirming off that nice meaty low. As DGF looking comfortable, the hop forward, but the up back from DGF avoids the situation. Creigh not powered up yet, and we're going to spend a quick overdrive and get that extension as we're just adding on some damage.
Why not, I guess. Sometimes, you know, most Terumi's pretty happy just letting that, you know, 236D rock, but when you got that meter, you may as well spend it. As you were saying, right, Terumi's going to build it very, very quickly, so you want to make sure you get max use out of it. Does have the 50 here for the reversal. Doesn't go for it. Overdrives through the overhead. Very clean stuff. DGF, and this is where you get that huge damage potential from Terumi and should be able to build the 100 heat hit. No, doesn't actually get into the super.
Oh, and the challenge on the overdrive. Creigh answered right back, even though DGF didn't commit to anything big. Still got tagged afterwards. They're both sitting at so much meter. Next big hit from either one.
Don't want to tag. Just don't want to get reset. I respect that.
Not at all, but chase down the clash. Hold him in it.
Oh, the overhead. Doesn't spin the meter though. There we go. 100 heat here. Should be more than enough overdrive just to make sure. And DGF taking that first game, man. Oof.
Oh, very, very nice. Very, very clean. Good answers though from Creigh in some spots. But just leaving it to where a one-touch scenario would be what decides it all. DGF holds strong going into game 2.
Yeah, and then we saw, you know, I think that's one of my favorite things in this game, right? You can, you know, react to the overhead by blocking it, or if you've got overdrive available, if you overdrive through a lot of these overheads with tons of recovery, going to leave you wide open for a counter. And definitely something you're going to see a lot at a high level. And especially, again, as I was saying, with Terumi, it's even more valuable. You don't want to use your burst at all because you can get value like that defensively.
We'll see. As we're now backing up against that little quick overhead, but we find the first hit. Yeah, DGF pushing in. Already, again, a lot of bars, so setting up a great position. Gets a little jump in, and Creigh bursting out just to get that space again.
Yeah, trying to close the distance. DGF just making the approach a little bit hard right there, whipping that big 6A. And Creigh's going to take that opportunity for some big damage. I mean, Bullet's definitely no stranger to that.
Not at all, but again, getting that meter is always a little tricky, and you see a little bit of the bait with the overhead. Yeah, ready with that overdrive. Full confirm, spend that bar, because we're going to get it back almost immediately.
Did we get the super this time? No? Okay. Normally you steal the super to steal the meter, right? For the damage as well, but wants to save the heat for the mix-ups instead. Baits out the reversal. And DGF should be able to close this out, put himself on the set point, and 1 round away from that top 24 qualification.
Yeah, no, extremely solid there. DGF is just making the right reads, being in the right spots. You know, Bullet's uppercut. It's going to be a little hard to hit a lot of times as people get in that right dead zone. Another early hit from DGF as we're building the meter with the drive. Yeah, pushing in forward, gets another hit in that space as Creigh thought we pushed far away enough.
Yeah, exactly right. The barrier, normally a great option versus Terumi, push him out. But then the 60, even though it is quite risky to do as Terumi, of course, if you've got the heat behind it, you're going to be able to do a lot with it. Huge range, very, very fast. Great normal, honestly. Great tech, honest, as well. Clutch in the corner. Defense from DGF, really clean. Not getting owned up by any of these drives.
All the backdash does, though. We got a quick hit. Chance here's Creigh. Got a little bit of a life lead. In round number 2, cashing out the damage. Has a lot of bar.
Level 2 heat, back again. Raw overdrive on the wake up just in case. Oh my god, the jump back to super lands as well. So much damage. The small drop there from BGF, but he's got the corner control. That's what matters.
Yeah, only level 1 on the power up here on Creigh, so really hard to just close that gap almost immediately as DGF is just making space, running away. Back to 100% meter. So 1 hit, DGF can wrap things up.
Astral heat on the table. Okay, yeah, gonna have to see that for the confirmed no. Astral finish today, but a distortion finish all the same for DGF. Going to be moving on to that top 24 winner's side. Very, very clean stuff on the Terumi, honestly. His defense was looking so good.
Over 2, and that's going to be the honest boy Ragnar going up against the ultimate final boss.
Yeah, I mean, not often do you get to play boss characters in fighting games and it be legal, but you know, here at Blazblue, we let it rock. We let it rock. Very, very strong character. I mean, I've always wondered, you know, in NA, how many, you know, strong Izanami players do you actually have, or like how common is this character? Because at least in Europe we had Hoshigami or Star, you might know him as one of the absolute goats of this game on Izanami for the longest time. Completely destroying our scene for way too long.
Well, I mean, Koopa Claws has been around for a very long time, so they're very stored Izanami. Whenever they make it out, they always make a dent on a lot of it. You know, there's not as many, but there's still a lot of great ones, right? From back in the past that, you know, don't travel out to big events like this, but she left her mark. Indubitably.
Indubitably. I love that. Yeah, this character is very, very scary. Of course, I mean, I've got
I don't know. You're fighting Izanami. I don't know about fun, but we'll see. But we'll see, Arrow.
I mean, I think it's in terms of like a strong character, she does have weaknesses that you can exploit. You just have to know the matchup extremely well to find those openings, because they are few and far between, my friends. They are very few and far between. I've commentated way too many games of this character right there. And we're going to see. I mean, definitely Ragnar, not up there in my list of characters who's going to be extremely strong at pursuing and chasing down Izanami. And it's definitely in the neutral game going to be a little bit hard to deal with. But, you know, you do have some pretty good damage and great confirms if you do manage to get in.
Yeah, like this round start up back, don't only have to engage. We can set up the drive to get the bits and control it. We block our first DP, and that's going to be Arrow taking pretty much all his life in the round.
that is a round. I mean, Ragnar obviously a little bit low on the life, makes up for it with the life steal, but you have to hit your opponent to be able to get that back, and the stake of supremacy is going to be enough to take the round. Koopa Claws. I mean, all he had to do really was bait that one DP.
Yeah, quick 2-touch. Arrow said, okay, I'll hold that. Yeah. I'll save my burst, but we do find the jump A. Nice. We're going to get quick little combo into the classic, just knock pressure. Yeah. Really, most that Ragnar's going to do is just that light, see if we can force something out. But the rib cage coming out, Koopa Claw is going to go into warning as they got to build that barrier back, but did find a hit.
Shield of Dreams coming out, and yeah, Aerodat not bursting immediately, right? Sometimes that is something you want to do, was setting up for this situation. Nice block on the overhead here. 60 pressure coming through, and again, Koopa Claw's not cracking with the gauntlet. Hades, of course, man. If you're going to get opened up by something, it's going to be that.
I got to represent that early, especially with the RC. Gets to run up throw. Here we go. Nice little extension with not having a super is okay. There's a quick staircase. Aero answers with their own round.
Yeah, clean. Okay, there we go. And there's that opportunity, right? The Shooter Dreams comes out, it times out. You're in danger state, and now Aerodat, you know, that extra damage coming through, was able to clutch out that round. Just need that one opening. Izanami doesn't have that. Oh, the overdrive, so clean, but doesn't get the pickup.
Yeah, unfortunate timing on that 5A into the 5D. But we're getting a quick pickup. Once again, Kokonoe getting some big damage. Arrow, not even close to a burst yet, so you have to hold a lot of this ribcage.
This is bad. Yeah.
Oh, hold on, wait, they make
Does
escape.
get out, actually. Nice. The empty low, though, gonna open up Aerodat. But the Shooter Dream does time out. Now you're in danger state. You won't have to deal with it here. But you only really get one more guess, and the meaty fireball here, the overheads coming through. The burst comes back just in time, but I mean, it's super hard to make this comeback here. The Shooter Dream's about to come back online.
Oh, and then it's just that falling jump A, that quick little kick, catching Arrow, not standing, blocking. And Kokonoe looking solid there, nice little nod. Looking like, okay, I lost that one round, but have maintained control and kept Ragna in check.
Yeah, it's obviously going to be the name of the game. I mean, Izanami's going to have a lot of control. Like, we talk about the ribcage, the Shooter Dreams, but also, you know, the Orchid, the Doritos, like, they offer a lot of neutral control if you can get them set up. Of course, you can't block during this, but you might not even need to. The 6A, also an amazing anti-air to be able to keep your opponent grounded. And then once you're in, I mean, look, it's quite hard to block this character.
Yeah, no, that approach into those floating overheads, a quick zap as Arrow gets caught out, tried to jab her out of the sky, and again, so hard to catch, but we do find a little something.
Yeah, a little something indeed. 5B lands, but no real hit confirmed. Again, the stagger pressure's there. Death Spike backdashes away with that excellent backdash. Gets enough space to put on the Shooter Dreams. Great block, overdrives through, but I mean, look, you can't really let rip the EA there or anything like that, right? You're still in the pressure because of the Shooter Dreams.
Yeah, now we just get the pinwheel hit. One counter, so try to keep alive here, but all we can do is knock on the door. Kokonoe ain't open it up, and now makes the escape for one more hit. We'll put him on match point.
Oh, and there it is. With 100 meter as well, man. The mixed potential kind of goes through the roof. Aerodat beating them in the air and gets spiked back down. Kokonoe one round away now from closing out this set 2-0.
Yeah, Kokonoe not looking too worse for wear. Gets just a raw jumping even. Holding up forward as Aerodat gets caught out, trying to just get a quick anti-air. The ribcage is going to eat all that DP, and now Arrow's stuck in such a bad spot. But makes air dash out at the very least.
There is like some, if you've got RC, you know, doing the Inferno Divider to burn through the ribcage can be sometimes a good idea, but needlessly, not going to lead to too much here. The barrier's about to run out, and there it is, Aerodat on that. Oh, gets a big 5B, and in the danger state, this is going to be so much damage coming out. Big opportunity here for Aerodat. Has to make the most of it. Reversal super available for Cooper, though.
Yeah, one quick light hit. Classic, just run up. Freestand A with the overdrive into the super.
Oh, that's going to kill, I think. I mean, you got the active flow. It does so much damage. No, not quite enough.
Okay, last chance overdrive burst on the side of Aerodat. But has to weather the storm here. Ribcage is there. The backdash they can do. I mean, no pressure. No pressure, but you know. Yeah.
Because, you know, obviously these days, Fenrich isn't going to be like actively grinding Blazblue, right? So, but his skill ceiling is still up there, right? It's still insurmountable for some. But if you're actively training, actively practicing, you are at that level as well, right? You're going to be able to beat this guy on a good day.
Hey.
And, I mean, yeah, like you said, we've seen it happen for many people. And, yeah, it's going to be a treat, though, to watch. A treat to play, I'm sure, against this legend.
Oh, yeah.
And with the Hakuman as well, we're in for a pretty fun matchup, this is for sure.
I like that. Again, though, you are facing Fenrich as one of the original characters, kind of up Blazblue. So his experience against Hakuman is going to be, you know, there's a lot in the history books that he can work off of. So let's see what Aerith brings to the table here, trying to take out one of the few international competitors in our bracket.
Yep. I mean, this Jin, man, not many people would say he's one of the best characters in the game unless it's Fenrich piloting him, and for good reason, man. The guy, I think when you're looking at Fenrich play Jin, you know it's him because his movement is absolutely the best in the game on Jin. There's no one close to this guy's movement. Makes it look so clean. And of course, using every one of Jin's normal special moves to the fullest.
Yeah, we're just seeing Aerith just trying to get the approach, gets a little bit of a lift in the big steppy. And now I like that
overdrive.
Backs up,
yeah.
punishes the EA. That could be big, but nothing major from it. Although Aerith has a small life lead, it's all been just single hits.
Yep. I mean, I respect it. Sometimes you got to let the EA rip. You got to like represent it as an option. But I think Aerith played that really, really well. Now on the back foot, 6-8. No hit confirmed from Fenrir. Kind of rare there. And a drop as well. Here we go. Big opportunities. And Setsuka gets blocked out though. Fenrir's not going to get opened up that easily. And with that movement, going to get out of that corner and land the hit here. Should be the round.
Yeah, nice. Extra extension. Always finding that last bit of damage to finish the job. Fenrir, round number 1. A little shaky at some spots.
Yeah,
it's going to be on Aerith to try to convert more on the hits that they're able to get because you're only going to get so many against Fenrir. Fenrir, I just wanted to rhyme, sorry.
Ah, yeah, no, that was good. But nah, yeah, like you said, those mistakes are going to come few and far between. So if you don't take them when you get given them handed on a silver platter, you really need to, make the most out of it. Big air-to-air confirm here for Fenrir. Should be able to get this Oki. Catches the roll, that J2C, man. Is there anything this J2C doesn't do?
We'll see. Because right now there's still plenty of rounds for it to do more, but now we're at territory. One more clean hit into overdrive confirm. One of Fenrir's specialities.
Yeah, always so good at locking out your opponent's overdrive so they can't burst your combos. So situationally aware at all times. That's not just in Blazblue, right? That comes from just playing fighting games for a very, very long time. You get accustomed to paying attention to all elements of the game at all times.
Well, so far, so good. Aerith, how do you answer back? How do you find your approach and continue to find damage against a Fenrir who's now got a thirst for blood? You understand what you're going for, so it's going to be a little bit harder going into game number 2.
Oh, wow. I mean, I feel like Aerith's just lost out on these air-to-air situations like every time. At this point, you got to be considering, like, maybe I should stay on the ground, but then you've got to get so good at anti-airing, and with Fenrir's movement, that's not easy.
Oh, yeah, and all you're seeing these straight hits. Finally, we lead into a small little combo, but we missed a 6B, and one more time, no stepping on Fenrir right here. The 2C, going to get blocked out.
Yep. Spends quite a few of the marks there. There we go, winning out in the air-to-air situation. You definitely got more range as the Hakuman, but your range is very much slower, so you need to space it out way better. The Fenrir is going to get closed in on that distance way faster than you.
Right now we're down to a great spot. Find the anti-air counter hit. Line up with the ice. We have 100% meter. We're going to spend it on the EXDP. Should be able to go into the arrow to close out. And now Fenrir, 1 round away from solidifying a top 24 winner side.
Yep. Let's see if Aerith's got anything else up his sleeve to try and surprise Fenrir with. But like he said, this character been around for a long time. His experience against this character is going to be pretty much complete. And already finding that nice snipe out, that 2D.
All right.
And 3.5k, not bad. And the pressure's still on. Wow, okay. Nice counter.
Yeah, we haven't seen many of those on the side of Aerodat, at least connect correctly. No. We're extending, though. Gets a quick step into another 6A.
Okay.
But finally we're DPing. Yeah.
You know it's coming, man. Eventually, it's one of the scariest things about Jin. DP's excellent.
Oh, nice 2C again. Not a huge hit, so we're not going to get the 2D. But Fenrir is just 1 hit away, activating the overdrive off the 1 hit just to slow it down. Astral finish to tie a knot on it.
Character.
Yeah, whenever Bananakin used to come back and terrorize everybody over here, would just run through everyone with Kokonoe and disappear and said, actually, I did my job again. I'll come back another 5 years, win a big tournament, and then disappear. But that's not about him. It is about the Joker and walk back Wardo.
I mean, hey. You got a great blueprint to follow when you got a player like that who comes around. We're going to see Ragnar trying to get that JA. Nice. Honestly, the jump back there from the Joker was so clean to get that whip punish.
Right, we're scooting all the way to the corner. Nicely done. Putting more pressure here, but immediate overhead and the overdrive on it. But we blocked the second hit.
Whoa!
At least we find the 5D off the wall. Yeah.
Drops the combo, had the wall bounce there. Maybe wasn't ready for it. Nice recognition there to EA through the death spike. Very clean stuff. And gonna put you in active flow. This is so big, right? Because that overdrive's gonna come back very, very quick. Going to spend the 50 heat here for the combo, but where are you aiming at, man?
Hey, at the very least, we got he had active flow on the side of Backwardo too, so
yeah, true.
Both very close to getting that first gauge back. Nice clean hit as Backwardo. Big lead into a guest finish.
Oh
my
crush
goodness.
trigger. Doesn't get the combo. Using that Jesus kick, of course. Keeping that corner control, man. Sheesh.
All right, nice round. The Joker had the early start, but Backwardo with the life steal and some solid damage. Is off to a great play. 6B gets counter hit. What we press?
I think he tried to delay tech or something like that. Not sure, but that's a big counter hit. And 3.7k, you're never going to be too unhappy about that. The delay, the stagger pressure from Walk Back Wild. They're going to get the burst out of the Joker. And that's going to give you some time to set up, but you need a little bit more than that if you're Kokonoe.
Yeah, you really need to get things out and about for the set play and mix-ups, but Walk Backwardo.
It's not even.
Misses the crush trigger. Went for a DP just to answer back. The Joker at least a little bit of light and doesn't gets rid of the perfect. But can we bring this back with barely any bar?
I mean, Kokonoe's definitely that momentum character, right? You can make these comebacks happen, but you got the overdrive to deal with. You also got the Infernal Divider as well that can come out at any point.
Oh, that 5B would have been the finish instead. Rising jump A. Nicely done from Backwardo. Shaking her head a little bit, but at least closed out with 2 rounds straight.
So that from Backwardo a little bit, the instant rising JA. You may as well. If you're going to be coming up, you may as well. It's got very little recovery. It's going to catch your opponent.
Whoa! My God. 60 into the first block. That Joker is bleeding out here at Backwardo. Making a great read and some solid damage. Fades out the pressure. If I am the Joker, I am holding on for dear life.
Yep. Wow, man. Catch the landing on the other side. Again, the 2A into the delay. 60, but the Fatal doesn't quite get the combo. But, I mean, after you did the Joker, you need to change something up on defense right now because Backwardo got your number.
Oh, and try to get behind Backwardo, but always keeping eyes on the Backwardo of his head. Exactly. Match point and top 24 point. The Joker almost close to getting eliminated, but gets a clean hit. Here we go.
This is big, right? That's definitely the more of the range you're going to feel comfortable playing against Ragnar right there. Use those extended, those whip normals, right, to come out. Now you got some pressure, and the fireball's still coming in. Don't you worry.
And damage is looking good here. The Joker on a trip right now is going to be able to set up after the 6B just to force a block out and gets the grab.
Yeah, no tech. Might be able to finish this. Could be close. With Ragnar with the low health.
Super Ball, probably?
Nah, not
no, we're not right.
Wow, Infernal Divider coming through the delay on the Hades, man. Oh, mate, the Joker, man. You gotta stop the lane. Whatever you're doing.
All right, baiting out a counter assault instead. The whiff grab. Yeah, the Joker answers with a good mash. Sometimes you got to press that button at the right timing just to live a little longer, but it's still a match point for a Walk Backwardo.
Yep. Wow. Walking right into the 5B and spending the overdrive cancel immediately, then dropping the combo. You hate to see that.
Oh, yeah. Might not even get a burst back if we're not careful with the low life on Ragnar. The Joker bursting themselves. Try to go for the anti-air, but the delay.
Damn.
Gets a counter hit.
Nightmare edge, man. And gets the full confirm as well. Going to be a bad position for the Joker who just used their burst. 6B hitting right at that tip range. No barrier can get you out of range of that. Big confirm here. One more guess, and with 50 heat on the side, he mashes out, gets hit by the 2C. And just like, but it's so surreal coming into this ballroom, and they're just being a big boxing ring right in the middle, and like 8 screens, as you said, just plastered, all fighting games, and just like thousands of people just all here for one reason. And that is for the fighting game community. It's amazing to see. As we are going to get into some more Blazblue action. We got Weta Rust versus B for a top 24 qualification spot. On the loser's side, Lambda versus Lambda, robot on robot action. I mean, I don't know. I guess they are kind of robots.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. That qualifies enough. It is the team kill. So we'll see how well you're dealing with your own characters. BS. As we're going to start with probably air backdash just to make some space. From one at least, and that's the one that got the right hit.
Yes.
There we go. Good answer.
I mean, that backdash is never a bad answer, I'll tell you that. One of the best in the game, that's for sure. And I like Lambda, right? Lambda's much more of like the flexible robot, I'd say, in terms of has zoning capabilities, but also has some pretty good rushdown pressure. Could mix it up, and I think that is very valuable in a game with a lot of different matchups, a lot of different viable characters. It's going to be a lot more valuable than, let's say, a more zoning-focused character like you.
We're finding value already. We pop that overdrive. We got a big clean hit. There is the overhead too. Yeah. As now Beeve even this up, but at least Werte Rust still has the burst available just in case, and gets a great mash out as Beeve got in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
I mean, you got active flow here, and the overdrive is going to be popped. The super comes out, double super, Calamitous Edge. Gonna be finishing it off. Jesus, nice optimization from Werte Rust there. There was a decision to be made though, right? You know, you could have just not used the overdrive, and you got such a big life lead. You know, you got a pretty strong mix-up with the Legacy Blades, but I think it's just better to take the round most of the time.
So far, so good. Good answer, leading to a lot. As we're just trying to get our move on, our mix-up on, but it is again Beeve finding a big clean hit. Into the corner we go, where Rust has to counter assault, but instead just blocks the overhead.
Yeah, bounces out of there. 2-2D, very unique reversal option. Another one coming out, overdrive, super coming out. Gonna lock you down for a very long time. Honestly, getting hit there might have been the best situation for you. Not getting hit here though, with the active float, extra damage coming through. Werte Rust, a lot of meter, but not getting a chance to use it. The overdrive's here. Do you spend it? No.
I like that though, holding on to that for the last round as Beeve answered back extremely well, getting some great confirms and keeping that pressure nice and safe and solid. Try to go for the 5D at round start with the round start air dash in from Beeve. Showed that in round number 1. So this time though, makes it smart.
Oh, overdrive through the 6A on the block string. Doesn't get punished, but just ends up getting hit by the low instead. So great use of the overdrive there from Werte Rust to get out of that pressure situation. Turn the momentum around. Beeve very close to his own overdrive. And he's going to get a chance. Great block on the overhead there from the 4D. Trying to sneak another one in.
Oh, find the raw 5D. That's nice though. It's going to let Beeve get this life lead here as they're trying to close out this first game on either side. There's the IAD into the 5. And now we're just trying to backdash out, but we get the hit.
Oh, okay, raw overdrive activation actually giving you so much time, and they're just getting hit by the 5B. And even though the overdrive's back, no one get a chance to use it. Never mind the drop. And now Werte Rust with a chance for a big, big comeback. 100 heat in the back.
This is that great spot to be in here. One more solid hit from Werte Rust. Can close out with a good overdrive. We're up backing. We're using our barrier. But the quick snipe with the low. Beeve, game 1.
Okay. Honestly, Werte Rust looked like had the upper hand in the mirror. Beeve very quickly turned things around, right? It's very important to adapt in this game. And, you know, a lot of games these days, first to 3, you know, Blazblue's still very old school. Your first to 2s, of course, a little bit less time to adapt.
Yeah, but it takes long enough at least in a match especially like this. But you're absolutely right. Here we go, though. Beeve already on this good offense. Wow. The overhead counter hit we tried to challenge, and the burst is to push.
Ooh, dashing up Beeve with the 6A. It's a nice little anti-air. The drop, though, and in the scramble, Beeve going to get the active flow activated, man. I mean, both these guys scrambling a lot right now.
Yeah, either way, a spot here. Sometimes what you got to do, and the super's going to catch here. Beeve, overhead again. Jeez. Tough little spot. I thought Werte Rust, having drawn out the overdrive, might be able to just block it out, but wasn't the case. Match point for Beeve.
So back and forth this matchup, for a mirror matchup as well.
Okay, escapes. Ruka unit backdash, super strong.
Hell
Still,
yeah.
though, we're stuck in this corner, but we do get the 5D to push away against Beeve and get the side swap.
Again, waking up, mashing. Nice 6A on the other side. Very anti-air for Beeve. Going to get that corner control. And, you know, juicy 3.5K, the Oki as well, with the blades. Is going to be super sick. Just raw 6B. Werte Rust is doing a great job blocking those 6Bs. He got hit by a couple of lows, and I think he started to doubt himself.
That's tough. I mean, that's tough. You know it's going to come. You've used it plenty of times yourself with the cross under.
Oh!
Werte Rust, the first gets blocked, the super's out, and the finale is there. Beeve, 2-0, eliminating Werte Rust, making top 24. Lambda on parade.
Damn.
Combos and a lot of the minutia on deck here, but it's going to be Izayoi on the side of Hyper. An excellent pick if you want to navigate around Litchi's normals, around Litchi's staff. once we start getting into her second form, powering up, getting enough pips to just activate the mix-up and put that pressure, can be extra scary. We'll see what Uri has available and what they use to try to answer in a lot of those spots and just control the pace.
Yeah, I think the staff is always going to be doing the business on you in the neutral, right? That's the biggest part about Litchi maneuvering around that staff. That's going to be able to occupy a lot of the screen space, and then Litchi can cover the rest. But like you were saying, right, Izayoi has very unique movement options. She can get around the screen space very, very well and has her own extremely good projectiles. Already trying to go for like a hard call out with the DP anti-air, but has ended up going to get caught by the staff into a big pickup, maybe a small drop or a reset, honestly. Not too sure.
Yeah, two little funky hits there, but Uri does stabilize, gets into the corner. Going for the classic confirm here to set up the staff. Gets the spin, the damage, the DP, about 3K, and now we just wait and see what we can do. Nicely done.
Nice stuff, and Hyper ends up a little crack right at the end there. And, I mean, okay.
Caught you looking. Not burying her ass. I'm just going to get I'm going to gauge how hyper aware you might be, and not quite hyper, not quite.
Ooh, DP coming out. Yeah, normally, you're going to see Izayoi try and play a little bit slower, try and land those Sonic Blades, of course, to get those gain art stocks. Just so you can get to that install, which you were talking about. Going to be extremely strong mix-ups. The hover dash is extremely potent in this game, that's for sure.
We're finally going to see the activation on those, like you said, Hyper. Already a much better round. The 2C punish gets the burst out of Uri. Uri with the quick overhead.
Bang.
Staffless hit into the RC. Off to the corner we go. Are we going to bait out the counter assault? Or are we going to fully commit? No, it's the DPRC. Great conversion too. Very aware.
Yes, exactly. Side swapping. Gets the stocks, gets the air dashes, man. And Uri absolutely getting mixed up. Still not able to kill though, Hyper. I mean, when I was watching them play earlier, they did absolutely love the standing resets. Finally lands the finishing touch to take that round. And yeah, very nice stuff. Obviously, all off the back of that, big on the reversal. Tsubame Geishi, the DP. Incredibly good from Litchi, but of course, you can't rapid cancel it. So a little bit, I say a little bit, very unsafe compared to most DPs.
No, absolutely. And you lose the staff as well, so down that resource too. But we almost catch the backdash with the 2L. Not a lot of stocks here on the side of Hyper, and gets counter hit out of the sky. So off to the corner we go. No DPRC to save you. No counter assault, no burst.
You just got to block it out, which, against Litchi is kind of hard.
Okay, try to escape. There's this quick little blue beat. Tough spot for Hyper here. Defending to the best of their ability, but gets kicked in the face. And this, with Uri not having enough meter, might not be able to finish. Yeah, the burst is out.
Yes, the overdrive coming back just in time, but the staff ain't stopping. And there we go, the first game going to the way of Uri, but Hyper was looking good. Just maybe needs to find a way to get those stocks a little bit easier. Maybe again go into the neutral, try and throw out those Sonic Blades, the projectiles, try and get some of those stocks up. But I mean, I feel like Yuri's not really giving him much of a chance.
No, not at all. But I mean, if you want to burn overdrive, you still have that to activate to get all more on there. But instead, Hyper just holding on to that resource, gets the reset into the hover dash.
Yeah.
But we're only down to one stock of gain art, so Hyper's going to find some way out. Has the overdrive available if they want to get a punish, but instead Uri gets a clean hit.
Yep. Getting cleaned up right now. It does have the overdrive, but maybe wanting to save it for an overdrive cancel. There it is. The overdrive raid comes out, teleporting through. But the counter assault is clean for Yuri, and the extra counter hit going to give you a little bit more frames to play with.
Oh, no barrier in the sky though. Caught Uri. Up, backing into more of that hover dash pressure, but we have no more gain arts. There's the DP, the back roll though from Hyper in a tough spot.
Ooh.
Gets a quick low.
Jeez. Here we go. Oh my god, this is navigation, the back-to-back, and the blue beats no tech from Hyper, and doesn't have the overdrive to save himself. And Uri now going to be on the set point, 1 round away, making it through that top 24 winner sides. Oh, we are. Just doing it, man. We're just playing this kind of game. Minus frames into DP. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, double armor too. Gets the overhead off the staff. As Uri's just feeling really confident. I mean, has 3 rounds up, right?
Yeah.
He's playing to finish it off. and show Hyper that whatever you think is not going to save you. Pulls out of the corner, gets the cross up, one more hit away. With that, should be able to close out.
Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. Okay, maybe not. One more chance to dance for Hyper, but once again, opened up with a perfect no less, and Yuri going to take that one 2-0. Like you were saying, this Litchi specialist not going to be satisfied with anything less than that.
No, exactly. And with the straight,
but we're going to see. I mean, at the very least, S is a relatively common character.
Yeah,
so
true.
You should have some pretty familiarity with the matchup itself. You should be pretty comfortable fighting this character.
How much are you willing to bet, though, when you're having to deal with the pressure? How much are you willing to show that you're not afraid to let those reversals rock and try to catch Ruka off guard? It's going to be a lot there, and there's a lot of mind games that'll come down to it from both sides.
Well, we're about to find out. I mean, look, if you're going to rip DPs, if I'm going to pick a character to do it with, it'd probably be Jin. He's definitely got some of the best ones in the game. That DTP is an absolutely menacing reversal. Big reward on hit. Let's see if Chain's got those on deck right now. Just choosing to be defensive on the back foot. Does get opened up by that instant JC, which is always going to be a problem.
Yeah,
okay,
right.
6C.
Oh, but the classic jump in, J2C from Jin uncountered especially leads to so much. That's why Ruka with the immediate burst, spent a little bit of meter to put that snowflake out, and Ruka's like, sick, bye.
Oh, wow, honestly, I like the way Chain's playing right now. Is that empty air dash?
CHanye. Sorry.
Okay.
I had spelled it wrong on my paperwork, so CHanye.
CHanye, yeah. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Snowball there is coming out through. Nice barriering from Ruka just to avoid getting hit by the unblock, and gets the RC to make the escape.
Yep, and get the opening as well, right? You don't just get out the corner, you also just get the combo. Scary situation on a raw overdrive, but this is one of the things that I saw Ruka that I was very impressed with. This is a big thing in this game, right? When your opponent has overdrive, they have access to that overdrive raid, so you really don't want to commit to these high recovery moves, and Ruka's so aware of that. Always just keeps it simple with the stagger pressure, with like the 2A, the 5As, things like that, until you've spent your overdrive, and then they're willing to commit to the more offensive pressure options.
And you saw how effective that was. CHanye blocked pretty well to get to a start, like nice little point. Ruka, though, defense a little bit better, gets to whiff, baiting CHanye to swing into S, and now just staggering. All that pressure, barrier blocking, don't take much chip, but the trade confirmed from CHanye. We're going to get to the corner here, but it's a tricky spot because the DPRC is ready. Instead, it's a button press.
Does not respect it, right? I mean, that's something. Oh, baits it out there and is ready to block as well. Here we go again. Instant jump C, very, very, very strong. Gets caught there, trying to maybe jump out or something. The active flow is activated. Ruka, some extra damage, and the overdrive going to be locked in. Overdrive rate, but that's again just that 5A, just the 2A. Backs off here, doesn't want to commit and get punished. 100 heat now. 25 spent on the snowflake. 6A, great. Great confirm, and Ruka forced to spend the overdrive burst.
And a lot of meter already from CHanye's side. Spent so much here, so now it's Ruka just needs one more solid one. Ooh, into the RC, goes for the cross up. CHanye backing up, running out of barrier though. It's a tough spot.
Oh.
The up back gets blessed. Guess for game, we find the 2A anti-air. Hold on. Hold on.
There's a big chance. One resale opportunity. Is it going to be 6A? Oh, he's just letting it rip. He's grinding on the DP. And Ruka going to take the first game, man. Sheesh.
I love that. You saw just a little 2A, 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 and as soon as we're out of hits done, Ruka just let it rip. Not even meter to RC or anything.
No.
Just says, I know what you want. I know how hard you're trying to bring this back, but I am willing to risk it all.
I mean, it worked. That's the important thing.
Yep.
It worked. And, like, it's one of those things where you know the reset's coming. So, like, instead of, debating whether you're going to block high or low, you can just, make the decision. I'll either reversal and they can choose to block or not, The decision's in their hand, no longer in mine,
No, I'm not choosing. You're not choosing to win. I'm choosing to lose.
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
I dictate how this will play out, and that's going to take us as this little character select. We're taking a little bit of a think as we're going through here.
Let's not go back to the main thing.
CHanye is, of course, going to stick to this Jin there, reassessing, reasserting, and understanding as Ruka's just, with that one game advantage, can carry him up to top 24, but it's going to need one more win.
Didn't look too bad in the last game, to be fair. Had some great opportunities. Like CHanye is playing very well, but Ruka just is playing better. That's just as simple as it is. But here we go in air-to-air, and CHanye is already turning up the heat.
Yeah, Ruka burst immediately saying, I'm fine, we're going back to neutral here. I'm confident you surely won't get another big hit like that right now.
Well, so far, so good. Ruka's defense holding strong. 6A whip, but no whip punishment coming out from Ruka. It's one of those where it's so close, you think you got hit. Okay, the throw reset.
I like that there. After the 5B, the vacuum coming in there. And also the 2A to check to see if we're going to go for a forward roll and get some hits in, as CHanye now with a nice lead with the air-to-air from Ruka. Going to get a little bit of damage at the very least.
Yeah, more than a little bit of damage. 2.7K, nothing to scoff at. It gets the stock on top for that extra pressure. And that's where maybe an overdrive raid would have been useful, but ends up just getting clipped. The crest pressure as well, going to force that overdrive burst to come out. Great blocks though. CHanye with 100 heat, both players 100 heat. There's the DDP and does get the pickup.
Yeah, small little ice car, but watch out.
Bang.
RC overhead, nicely done. All we need to do is just get a simple little finale here. EXDP does it for a round as Ruka goes down with 100% meter. Did not able to close out a DP or any kind of escape.
No. Yeah, I think always going to be thinking your opponent's going to respect your reverse of DP when you got that 50 heat. But CHanye is just willing to play that game.
Oh, but they let their own DP rip. Huge counter hit confirmed here. Small little drop, but a nice barrier from CHanye as they're trying to take to the sky and make some evasion.
6A, of course, no meter behind that to keep the pressure up. A nice challenge. I think, yeah, CHanye's gone for a lot of resets off that 5B. So Ruka now catching on. You're going to have to start mixing it up if you're CHanye.
That's true, that's true. Just still stuck here in that situation. And even a jump out being denied. Cross up steals the corner. Ruka, big damage, doesn't drop the confirm, but does get a jump. Never mind, gets called out.
Oh, just a throw reset. Yeah, normally you expect the second like 2-2C there, right? But CHanye mixing up the timings, gets into that active flow, extra damage on top. The stagger pressure's coming through, and JC with this 100 heat, there's Astro available for CHanye. The raw overdrive, DDP, okay, the RC's there. Oh, nice on the anti-air as well, and you're locked out here. The super with the overdrive is not enough. Oh my god!
RC, and then the ice car. Small little blocks here is CHanye. One little tap away from going 1-to-1. Ruka, air to air, jumping, gets the hit, goes through, one more slice. Barrier is low on CHanye's side, is running out.
You just need anything, but Ruka clutches it up with 1 HP and brings it all the way back. After that overdrive distortion did not kill. And now set point from Ruka. That's a demoralizing loss if you're CHanye.
Yeah, at least we got a lot of burst gauge ready to go. Good barrier block on the way up, but Ruka finds a hit as soon as you land back down. Lead for Ruka here in this match point round right now. Big damage on top of that.
Just gets reset, man. Pressure's still on, can't find a way out. Got the overdrive, the instant over, the crest is there. Forced to burst, and that's going to be so hard to make the comeback, especially with the active flow. Going to give you very close to this overdrive burst, and it is there. Ruka may be saving it for an overdrive. The jump C, and that's going to be it. Ruka going to finish it with the Type Galahad Striker
of 9 the Phantom.
Yeah, which it's a very hard task even for the fastest characters in this game. That teleport dash is always going to be a bit of a mix-up to try and chase. But it's not like an Eno skin. The color, it kind of looks like. I think it might be.
I mean, they're both witches with big hats,
big hats.
So they are definitely almost
we
the
love
same.
the witches with the big hats here. Okay.
Oh, nice hit with the jump over. Going to go immediately into overdrive to get the Ignis gauge right back off to the corner, and now you're in jail.
You see that a lot from very strong Relius players. It looks like a bit of a waste, but until you realize how important that meter is for this character. And ultimately, you know, as long as you're getting the hits, you're getting very close to that active flow, which will get you that overdrive gauge back very, very quickly. And in just about 2 mix-ups after that first hit, you're already on death's door. The bait on the EA, the throw, the clash, that was so clean. Right. How are you ready for that?
A little something. You were making the most of it. We have the ferry out, but the jump is going to save Dawn from being put under pressure. It's going to need just one more tag. on the side of Ignis. There's the big spin, and then we find the hit on landing.
Yep. Little double overhead action there. Not taking that first round though, you know. Big Kesha Star had a chance at the end with that back throw. You know, takes a little bit more than that in Blazblue, unfortunately, to make the comebacks, but definitely looks scary for a moment.
Not too bad, not too tall of an order. As long as they can get a couple of good spells out, can really help Big Kesha Star make the move. But back into prison as just dealing with all this, gets countered by the crouch A and Dawn. Ignis ready to go again.
Yeah, definitely the pressure is on. And, you know, you're not really going to find an easy way out if you're Big Kesha Star here. Does find a great time to mash, though. And playing it safe. Doesn't want to overcommit too much. Stocks up the fairy. It does come out. But Dawn does a great job just getting around it.
Yeah, I mean, Dawn's avoidance has been good. We have not seen a single Kunzite.
No.
We're not dropping any rocks, no nothing. So it's a tough spot here. Just trying. At this point, it's hard for Big Kesha Star to get even any hits blocked.
Yeah. And 100 heat now for Dawn. Could definitely just set up a duo bios if you wanted to, a neutral. Get that control. And you still have 50 tension in the back for the mix-up. But not going to spend it yet.
Dawn chilling. Just saying, I'm playing the lazy game. I don't have to overextend, but I'm going to find the counter hit. Did not get the extension, though, so Big Kesha Star, one last chance.
Great drop, great block. Isn't got the astral finish. Conditions have been met. I don't know what kind of player Dawn looking for. There's the duo bio. He said, enough is enough. You're blocking this mix-up. And the crush trigger going to hit, going to force the burst out from Big Kesha Star right at the last second, but the Beyblade comes through, and man, that's doing a lot of work in this matchup for Dawn.
I think Big Kesha Star just accepted it. It was like, there's no hits I can do here, and I have no overdrive that's going to be able to finish it off in 6 seconds. So just get a hit, go next. It is what it is. As Dawn is like, I am not engaging. Yeah. I'm not going to play your game. I'm going to get a life lead, and I'm showing. It's on you.
You know, we did say at the start of the matchup, like, oh yeah, Relly's going to have to chase down the 9. We didn't really think about it the other way around. How's the 9 going to chase down Relius without walking into that big doll who's protecting him? Most of the time, at least.
Well, there's a clean hit at least. Wow. A lot of Ignis is going down. We're going to have to go for an unsummon just like that to build it back up. And we get the clean hit. It's Dawn again. Chilling full screen. It's just saying, please, try to approach me. I have the trap laid out for you.
Yeah. Trying to use those. Not often you see them to approach. You normally see them to mix up the escape. But a big Kesha Star is going to have to start getting creative if he wants to even out this life lead. But Dawn leaving no openings right now. Literally working on a perfect baits out the DP. My goodness.
Nah, that was clean as heck. I love that hop over with the call on Ignis. Match point for Dawn, but finally Big Kesha Star trying to get a big cash of damage, but the drop on the rock into the spin is going to be Dawn turning it back around.
Yeah, love that. Very unique option, the lead lays, the invincible reversal spin.
Good match back though. As soon as the unsummon came out, Big Kesha Star found something of their own. Fairies out. The back roll's good. Into the hit, I mean.
Back rolls right into it. And sets up the roots. Doesn't get anywhere. Oh my god, the Fist of God coming through. Should be actually the round of Big Kesha Star. Very quick turnaround there. Can see what happens if they can get on top of Dawn, but hasn't happened very often.
No, exactly. If we can force some blocks, get some spells on deck, there it is. Right. Dawn has to block it up and find the perfect time to summon.
Nice. Making sure to tag Ignis on the way and forcing that unsummon. And going to be on cooldown for a little bit. Does have all that meter back though. And Dawn, I mean, man, playing very, very patient. Both these players actually playing the long game. Hey, I mean, you hates the reversal, but definitely can't do anything from there.
The double just to get the double backdash out and make an escape here, but again, still tricky. Wow. As Dawn finally gets one touch. As it's been so much time off the clock, and we finally see an actual combo here as Dawn match point.
Yeah, honestly, the time is ticking as well. Dawn's happy to take all of these 99 seconds that the game offers him. Got a chance for a mix-up though. Definitely not going to put that to waste. Going to land that double overhead. Big Kesha Star now one hit away.
No.
Going to get the overdrive. That should be enough to kill. With the super,
Yeah, that'll do. Dawn 2-0 over Big Kasha Star as Dawn, again, playing the pace setter.
You have to be really aware of that. Luckily, Mai has some really good options that, like, if she knows that the doll's activated and maybe has tried to throw the projectile from behind, you have really good unique movement options to get out the way of it. But let's see if Holo knows how to play around it. Loving the tag. Play BBCF. Yes, please.
There we go. Try to hit that 5C just to tag the doll and crawl at the same time. But the immediate 5A, as if you're playing Mai, you got to press some buttons, and you cannot show Call Clover any respect until Excalibur Blades start putting it through it. Counter hit 3C, getting a big knockdown. At least Excalibur Blades does have some burst, giving that 3K damage, and Ada off the screen so we can find that, overdrive and a little bit of a gap. We can at least bring it close, but another clip. That's Holo. Nicely done so far, but the real challenge is about to begin.
Nice. Again, those movement options, though, going to get you out the way. Counter hold, counter hit, counter assault. Going to get you that extra pressure afforded to you. And the pressure's been good for Holo. Not going to lie right now. Excalibur Blades been defending well, but finally finds an opportunity to anti-air and has stealing the pressure for himself. Gets a standing here, and yeah, you're going to pretty much be forced to burst there no matter what. You may as well do it early.
Oh, and gets spun on the back. I like trying to stay in the air with the drive. Just to hover over the projectile, but Excalibur Blades covering the options, gets the hit, there's the side swap sandwich. That should be the round, no problem. Excalibur Blades kicking things off strong. Holo with some solid hits, but again, doing that consistently and staying on top of Excalibur Blades. No small feat.
Yep, definitely not. And you know, it's always that simple. Sometimes roll plus assist, plus the Ada coming through is going to be enough to open anybody up. Gets the big hit, and standing hit gonna lead into what is very likely to be unblockable, don't mind. Does drop it looks like.
Oh! Up back a little too many times. Excalibur Blades gets the air throw into the clap. We spent the overdrive for that, and that's gonna be game one of Excalibur Blades. Is a bit of spaghetti, a little bit of scrambly. Holo just getting tagged when they're trying to make their way out. Excalibur Blades did a good job of covering their bases.
Yeah. Definitely pretty good on the offensive side, Holo, but on the defensive side, of course, anyone's going to crack against Carl Clover, to be honest. Definitely has some of the best pressure. Going to be very scary, of course, the unblockable in the corner as well, which I don't know if Excalibur Blade messed it up there or if he was just trying to bait a reversal, maybe. That is a big mind game as a part of that, right? While, yes, you can't, like, block it naturally, you still have options, right, in that situation.
There it is. Against the light, though, nothing too bad. Holo picking the right spot, but runs into the EA as Excalibur Blades just lets it rip. Gets that free active flow because he got the hit, but at least a jump C is going to hit Ada and try to reduce that doll gauge bit by bit.
Yeah, I mean, you need to hit her a damn lot, though. that doll gauge ain't going anywhere. The Dipper going to get the Tipper, and 2.8K not bad for your troubles.
Almost had the backdash caught. Unfortunately, could not convert off of it, but at least Holo with a lot of screen real estate and a nice little life lead, but watch out behind you. You're going to get clapped.
Yep. Definitely Ada's a big fan. Again, the Dipper. Very clean stuff. Holo gets a great dive kick. Not so much on the combo side. The clap your hands once more, man. Excalibur Blade with the read, the 2C. Super late, but it still worked.
That's the kind of swing that I want to see. Just put out big hitboxes. Just swing at this small child with a big old hat. Let him feel the pain that he's done to others through and through as Holo with a round on the board. They're trying to tie things up, getting Ada in a lot of the strikes as well.
Oh, big fatal counter here, though. Going to be a massive confirm from Excalibur Blades. And in the corner as well. Very scary. Gets the hit. Just going to be ending up in a combo for Samoki here. Catches the roll, it looks like. And going to be some more damage, man. Keeps resetting into this corner. Nowhere to go. The overhead going to land. As Excalibur Blades looking to take up a perfect in this second round of the second game.
Match point once more for the Call Clover. Master Excalibur Blades. Holo with a bit of a chance. Finds the thrust after the command dash. A little something there, especially as Ada is far away, but the up back into the call out with the special. He's going to side swap places. And there we go, immediate sandwich, but good burst.
Great. Yeah, great burst. Stealing the corner, keep stealing momentum, but the anti-air. Excalibur Blades. I mean, look, Mai's got some funky movement options, but I mean, he's always got the timing for the anti-air. And his Caliber Blaze just needs to find that one last hit. He's got the meter to kill. Does land the J, the double overheads. Gonna go for the big extension of this crush trigger. And resets. Baits the counter assault. His Caliber Blades covering every option. Gonna take down Hollow 2-0 to make it a day 2.
Once more, no surprises there. Hollow again with some great momentum and some good decisions all throughout. But the best in skullduggery coming out from Zen.
You know, I'm loving all this Ragnar coming out of America, you know? We got none of that in Europe. No one playing this character. Like
no one wants to press 2A
no one wants to play
and
2A,
2A, and then 2A.
No one likes that, man. We just like to do the cheap shit, apparently. Anyway, I don't know. I play Jubei, so I like the cheap shit happening to me, apparently.
So, hey, there's a new character in possible patch in the future. I don't know. Who knows? Sky's the limit, but
I'm scared.
For one of these two, though, there is going to be a ceiling. Can it be Zen taking the win over Wukash, or will it be a Mane Master?
Ran up.
There's that first hit.
He ran up 6-8. I mean, it makes kind of sense because a lot of Mane's round start, they do love to do the jump back JAC. Already got that level 3 drill, man. You gotta keep that barrier up like your life depends on its end.
Again, this is Ragnar. You don't have the life to give, especially when the chip out comes through here. So now you are just in jail and with no barrier. That should be an easy finish. Wukash, round 1.
Wow. Yeah. That's definitely one of the situations you don't want to get hit by. That like OTG drill. If you miss the tech trap or, you know, it can happen a lot if you're not ready. Wow, the 5D. The big anti-air brings you back down. 3K. Raw overdrive. And you know what? This is never even bad for a Mane because you get those drill levels over time while you're in overdrive. So really big return on investment there.
Yeah, a little bit of damage at least for Zen. Got a little bit of life back as well. Finds the jump in, has meter to cash out. Should be able to at least find a nice sequence. So one more hit. Are we going to let the Gauntlet Hades rock? Or are we going to find another way to RC into the finish?
Oh, Carnage, scissors. Just raw. We just let it rip, man. Holy. Zen was feeling it.
Zen is the kind of player that always bets big. Win or lose, we'll let it rock. But there's Wukash with the drill. Nice air dash in, though, immediately said, I don't want any more U-zoning.
Yep, and that's going to time down the drill timer a little bit. You're not going to have to deal with the level 3. Just 6B and the raw, the burst bait, Zen. Super sick momentum now. No real defensive options left. Now for Wukash, gonna have to block this out, honestly. 50 meter nearly on the table. Oh, air reset into the meaty 5D fatal counter. Zen with that back-to-back perfect.
Even with Ragnar who gets his life back, it's fair. Actually, it's fair. It's a Ragnar perfect, no big deal. But you're already seeing like those little bits and tricks that Zen has on deck that if you're not ready, you're gonna get blown the heck up. So making it work out here is Texas's own Zen. One game away from moving forward in the top 24.
Ooh, wow. Nice this time. Take an aggressive jump forward. Does land the hit and does set up for the tech trap with the drill. And level 3 drill now on the table. Getting opened up. The damage is going to be immense. And resetting as well. Going to keep the barrier up. I mean, at that point, you were going to run out of that gauge real quick. Wow, that was over quick. And Wukash going to take that round. And Zen, you know, being hit. Oh, big whip on the burst.
Yeah, that's a disjoint.
Sets up the level 3 drill again. Uh-oh.
Tough spot here. Almost at a barrier
so
too.
Bad.
Clutch DP. That's so important. We haven't lost barrier yet, but now we're in danger. One small hit, you're going to watch this life just disappear. It's going to be so sad.
Half the DP. Like, I don't know what your options are here. Yeah, Carnage scissors, but great aim from Wukash. Should be able to close out this round nice and clean. One game apiece. Bro, that was one of the fastest games of Blazblue I've seen.
Sometimes a Mane can feel like a real damage character. Sometimes they can feel like anybody else, like a Susanoo or friends, right? Given the opportunity where Zen just buried themselves out and Wukash tied things up.
Yep. Very good. Wow, nice anti-air. I like it. Now, keeping that pressure nice and tight. Doesn't want to commit. And again, the drill landing flush already. red on the barrier gauge. Level 2 drill for Wukash in a great spot, honestly. Gonna force the burst out now. Zen really needs to make it happen right here.
Yeah, starting to run in, trying to make the most, but
God,
oh my
my God.
Just disappearing. What is going on? The
Honey,
Carnage
just
Scissors,
sinner.
that's a little bit of life back,
It's
but
not enough.
you're just going to go to hell. 10 last chances. Wukash is running away. Is just drilling and winning. What a tough spot to be, but a round start 5D, hell yeah.
Swing. The antis are still clean there from Wukash. All right, are we going to get tech trapped into the drill? Yes, we did. Oh, no. This is not good. This is not good for Zen.
Oh, what a conversion here from Wukash. At least we got some barriers still left with that level 3 Joel. Can make quick work of it if Zen's not ready.
Oh, the foot stomp. Oh, just gets sniped by the 2B. Still alive, but barely. The overdrive raid and the EA. Wukash gonna clutch it. Fist bump coming out. Wukash